Weights first. Maybe one by silver next. 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 Weights first. Maybe one by silver next.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Toronto Summer Cup, coming to you live from Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, at Barbells. My name is Wesley, and alongside me is my co-host, Ali.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, today, so it's a 3-lift meet that
Yep.
we got today, and so something I was thinking about the squats too. In my mind, it's always a unique time with the first squat of the lifter, because although some people have been training for months or years, I like to say they've been training their entire life for this.
Okay.
So in a sense, it's like a celebration of all their efforts, and everyone gets to see that here today.
That's so true. And you know what? Generally, the first squat for a lot of lifters when they come out, especially if they're new, which I know we do have a handful of new lifters who are doing their competition debut, it is the first squat that once they get that squat, they feel like the release and the relief coming out. They are then a little more locked in and ready to go. It's always a little bit anxiety-inducing, especially when it's your first meet, right? And you kind of are having to listen to new things, like listen to the commands, make sure you're following all the rules for the squat. So yeah, it should be a good time to see these ladies come out here.
It is, and 100%. Whenever I see the squat as well, it's something that the nerves, like you were talking about, and how just getting them out of the way, and now it's almost like being in a flow state in a sense. What are the judges really looking for in terms of the squat, and what really counts as a successful lift?
Yeah, that's a good question. So typically lifters are going to unrack the bar, they're going to walk straight out. Before they get the squat command as well, they're going to have to make sure that one, their knees are locked out, they're straight. They also need to be upright, specifically, in order to get that squat command. Once they have all of those in place, the head refs are going to say squat, and in order to have the squat successful, the lifter will have to squat to sufficient depth, which would be like your hip joint, right below your knees, so it'll be a little bit less than parallel, and of course they'll have to bring that weight back up. Once they do that, they will get the rack command from the head ref, and if all goes well, they should get 3 white lights, and that would be a good lift.
Yes, and sorry, I think you may have mentioned it, but I think there's 60 seconds to do the lift.
Exactly, that's correct, yeah. So every time our announcer Wayne here is going to say bar is loaded, the lifter has 60 seconds, which generally is plenty of time to get your squats going. But some lifters, when they hear bars loaded, they're ready to go. They're like, let's just get this over with. And some lifters take a little more of a cool, calm, collected approach, and they're like, hey, let's take it easy, let's breathe, let's go through it, and really take that full minute.
And one of the interesting things as well is also there will possibly be many different squat styles. So some people like to squat with their toes face forward or toes out. The whole idea behind that is everyone is different, and therefore, although there are general ways which people can learn the squat, ultimately there's no one-size-fits-all approach. So that's something too that's interesting to note out for. So, well, for example, the whole very wide stance, that's not me. I don't think I can squat like that.
I cannot do that either.
Yeah, but we may see that today though. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Other maybe notable things as well that you'll see is that some people prefer to lift in flat shoes. Other lifters prefer to lift in heeled shoes. And once again, that all just breaks down based off of your leverages, right? Some people can hit sufficient depth in flat shoes and they'll feel a little more stable doing that. Personally for me, I have to wear heels because I have terrible ankle mobility. So I am going to be in that heel just to help get my depth into that right positioning.
I like to wear heels as well.
Okay.
With regards to the whole being over the center line of the bar. So basically, for the viewers watching at home, what that means is generally when you're doing a squat, you want to keep it towards in line with your shoe and with your body, because then if you tip too far forward or too far back, then perhaps this can create concerns, which may create the problems for the lift overall. Another interesting thing too is that for some lifters, they like to use chalk on their back.
Yes.
What does chalk do, by the way, if they put on their back?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when lifters put chalk on their back, what they're doing is creating this space to allow the bar to stick, essentially. So sometimes when you're getting a little, sweaty, things are kind of going on, sometimes you'll see actually the bar start rolling backwards. And so allowing yourself to have chalk on the back is really creating that really secure shelf, getting the bar to stick to your back, and allowing nothing to kind of throw you off balance as you go for the descent of that squat.
Yeah, and some of the lifters as well, sometimes you'll see a high bar stance as opposed to a low bar stance too. So this is just mainly more so the placement of the bar on the back as well, which really could play into the leverages of the lifter, and therefore once again using their body to have the most efficient lift possible. And just going back to what I was talking about too, how there's no one size fits all approach.
Exactly.
Everyone has their mechanics. So.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot. I think more commonly in powerlifting, you'll see most people have like a low bar stance, so it's a little bit like further down your back. Versus, it's a little rarer to see people with a high bar stance where the bar is like right across your traps at the top. You'll see them kind of like up here like this. You'll actually see that more commonly in like a weightlifting squat, I would say, right?
Yes, that's where they do the front squat, something which I'm not too familiar with, but I have heard of it though.
Yes, it really, really works your quads.
Flight F, 1 minute to submit changes to squat openers. Flight F, 1 minute to submit changes.
You can probably
to squat
hear
openers.
our announcer back here, Wayne. You'll hear his voice in the background of today's session. Wayne is also a veteran at announcing. He just is fantastic. His voice travels.
I can envision it in a movie trailer right now. Actually.
Right? Could you not see like it just kind of going down? She's like reading it. Yes, absolutely.
Well, we are now 3.5 minutes outside of our very first attempt as well.
And we can see now our spotters and loaders getting set up here.
Yes. And so there's also 3 referees.
That's correct.
So there's the head referee, and then there's 2 referees on the side.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, and so in our squat, our side referees, generally, all of our referees are going to have their hands up as the lifter gets ready to set up for their squat. The side referees will put their hands down once they think that, the lifter has their knees locked out, they're standing upright enough, and that signals to the head ref that they can get the squat command.
yes, one of the things to look out for when doing a squat is also the lockout as well. So generally, from what I've been taught, at least by my coaches, generally want to take the least amount of steps possible. 2 steps. That's sometimes
2 to 3, yeah, I would say.
Because then sometimes some lifters they you have a sense of how the lift will go based on that. Or sometimes the walkout itself could drain energy, so it's a very technical lift. All the lifts are technical.
All the lifts, and we'll get into like all of the technicalities as we go on through today's session as well.
Yes, but I'm really looking forward to what we got here today.
Yeah, and I don't know if we mentioned it yet, but we are expecting the women today. So Flight G is our women's open 69 kilos. Oh, actually, sorry. Flight F and G. So we have all of them. So it's all women. So 47 kilos up to 84 plus. Looks like we're going to have a widespread of everyone. I believe we also have a couple of sub-juniors, a couple of open, as well as juniors. So our open division is like ages 23 to 40. We also have masters. Masters also goes up into your 40s, 50s, 60s, which you can tell by Master 1 is your 40s, Masters 2 your 50s, Master 3 is your 60s.
Minute, a little bit of housekeeping. Please note we do have washrooms in the back.
Exactly.
However,
It's never too late to start.
let me try that again. We respectfully request that you do not walk through the platform and the warm-up space. For safety, please go up the front stairs, around to the right, to the back of the building. When you get by the washrooms, you will notice there is a piece of black tape across the floor. Please do not cross that line into the warm-up area. Again, this is for safety. There's a lot of people back there playing with heavy sticks and heavy circles. We don't want anybody to get hurt.
Wayne here is just
Lexus on the park.
about to start us. He's shouting out our sponsors, which include Lexus on the part. You can see in the back this beautiful banner here, sponsored by them. One of our athletes who competed yesterday, actually. Is one of the managers.
Doing a fantastic
Incredible.
job.
If you missed it, you can watch a live stream back from yesterday.
20 seconds. Make lots of noise for our lifters when they come out for their openers.
Who's our media sponsor, by the way. Shout out Twin Sons.
And to
Hannah.
Yeah, Walter's here beside us.
Olga.
You know, doing our live stream, flipping the switches. So thank you to Twin Sons Media, who's also doing our media packages for the day. Taking photos, taking videography.
Every time I see the media packages, once again, it's right like a trailer. So
It's
absolutely beautiful.
incredible. I think Twin Sons does a great job. Hey, yeah, shout out Twin Sons! They do a fantastic job at highlighting the work that these individuals and athletes put in.
100%.
Looks like we're giving all thumbs
Okay,
up.
let's roll. Hannah, the bar is loaded.
We are underway with our first squat of the morning, 57.5 kilos on the bar.
For Hannah, I believe Hannah was actually here at Spring Classic. So the last meet that BOB hosted, she unfortunately did not put up a total because her squat session didn't go to plan. I believe that was her first meet, but it looks like she has 3 white lights. She's on the board, so we are doing
57.5
exactly. So we're off to a great start.
And as for the subtotal itself, just for the viewers watching at home, that's the squat and bench total combined before adding the deadlift part of it as well. So just wanted to clarify that term for the viewers at home.
The bar is loaded for Courtney.
All right, we have Courtney here. She has 70 kilos loaded. She's one of our Masters 1 lifters. And her last competition was April of last year, actually. All right, welcome back, Courtney.
April at the Iron Clash.
Yes.
70 kilos on the bar.
Guys up.
Very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth, great depth there.
There we go.
And
Nice and
3
smooth.
white lights.
3 white lights for
Great
Courtney.
lift for Courtney.
Get her campaign. Olga is next. Jody is on deck.
Yes.
Sandra is in the hole.
Yeah. Was that an interbelt?
I'm not too sure.
We'll see it when she comes out next. Yeah. All right.
I like
The
to
bar
believe
is
sometimes
loaded
the
for
color
Olga.
of the belt adds kilograms in itself. That's what
Absolutely.
I like to
I think the better dressed you are on the platform, the more kilos it actually adds. It's like a buff.
believe. Exactly. So.
We have Olga here, 82.5 kilos. We see her coach Emma from Make Your Mark. Shout out Make Your Mark. and you'll see that,
2
yeah,
to 1 in favor.
it's 2
That's
to
a
1,
good
which is a
lift
good
for
lift.
Jody
Lifters
is
only need
next.
2 white
Alexandra
lights
is on deck. Your
to
Danos is in
achieve
the
a
hole.
good lift. As you know, we have 3 refs, so it has to be outvoted 2 to 1.
Yeah. And even just watching that last lift, the brace is also a very important part of the squat.
Very true.
Stability too.
All right, Joe, let's see
Very
it. The
well
bar is
done.
loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we have Jody here, 92.5 kilos. Jody lifts at Back Alley Barbell, and she's actually one of our very famous score table volunteers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Mackenzie from Back Alley Barbells as well.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, she also competed here as well.
Okay. Shout out to the Back Alley team
Yeah,
in general.
yeah.
All right. Ooh, yeah. Jody looking confident with that
There we go.
squat.
3 white
A
lights.
3
That's
white
a
lights.
good
Good lift for Jody.
Alexandra is next. Your Danos is on deck. Nadine is in the hole.
All right. We got Alexandra up next.
The bar is loaded for Alexandra.
It looks like this is her competition debut.
It does.
First comp.
It does. Very exciting moment.
Yes. Let's see how she takes this. She is a junior lifter, so she is under the age of 24. Between 18 and 24. I love seeing women, women in sport, women in strength sports. All right. And judges give
2 to
that
1 in favor.
2 to
That's
1.
a good lift for
Good lift.
Alexandra. Your Danos is
Red
next.
from
Nadine
the head ref
is
there.
on deck. Alina
Not
is
sure
in
on
the
what,
hole.
but we'll see. We'll see later on.
One of the things about the last, so what do those wrist wraps do, by the way?
On a squat.
The
So
bar is
generally,
loaded for your Danos.
you know, depending on, of course, your body, your leverages, sometimes it will, you know, crank your wrist really back. You want to put wrist wraps for stability. Sometimes people will do it just for, you know, a number of different reasons, but mostly it's just for stability when the bar is in that rack position on your back.
Yeah, varying degrees of wrist flexibility can just be accounted for with that.
All right, we have your Danos here.
97.5 kilograms on the bar.
Beautiful looking squat from your Danos.
No doubt on depth there. 3
Yes.
white lights. That's a good lift for your
Danos has
Nadine
been, I was
is next.
completing
Alina is
for
on deck. Sarah is
quite
in
a
the
long
hole.
time, honestly. And I believe she recently gave birth to a beautiful baby.
Oh, wow.
So I think this is her
The bar is
first
loaded
maid
for Nadine.
postpartum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah. Nadine here, 102.5 kilos on our bar. Looks like it's also Nadine's first competition.
Quite a few firsts as
Yes.
well. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Absolutely.
Low bar position.
Yep. Right up. Look really strong there. 3 white lights.
For Nadine.
Great lift.
Alina is next.
Sometimes it's
Sarah
hard
is
to
on deck.
wait for
Grace
that
is
final
in the hole.
step wrap because there's so much adrenaline in place, but there it is right there.
Yeah, these lifters are doing a great
bar is
job
loaded for
at
Alina.
listening to their commands, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got Alina up here. She's looking ready to attack this bar.
Oh, yeah. Very intense. Locked in.
Absolutely. Yup.
Beautiful.
Looks beautiful.
3 white lights.
3 white
Good
lights.
lift for Alina. Sarah is next.
First
Grace is
attempts.
on deck.
Yeah.
Helen is
Generally,
in
the
the hole.
first attempt is a lift where you feel like you'll be very comfortable doing it, setting up
Bar is
options
loaded for
for
Sarah.
attempt as well.
Yes.
Something as well about setting up these lifts is that when the scorecards are given in, they only provide their first attempt. Very rarely, if ever, does anyone provide all 3 attempts because you want to leave room for yourself based on how you feel for this particular day. So that's a little something for the viewers at home who may be watching for the first time.
All right. Put up. Nice. There you go. Look good for Sarah with 105 kilos, and that's 3 white lights.
That's a good lift for
It's a
Sarah.
good lift.
Grace is next. Helen on deck. Olivia is in.
All right, Grace Hamilton up next. She's actually from band
Bar is loaded for
Barbells.
Grace.
She's one of my training partners. So I am excited to see Grace here.
Not just with her in spirit, you're here right now.
I'm here right now, which is the best. Grace taking her time to set that up, making sure that that bar is really glued down to her back here.
Yes. Nice and wedged in.
Yes. Smooth looking lift from Grace there. And our judges say
3 white lights.
3 white lights.
Great.
Good
Helen is
lift.
next. Olivia is on deck. And we're back to the top of the order.
Right.
Also, shout out to the loaders as well for running the event so smoothly. And shout out to the spotters as well.
The bar
I
is
like to
loaded
say
for Helen.
spotters save lives. I know in the past they saved my life before, so they may do it again at some point.
Yeah, they definitely save it. All right, Helen here, 112.5 kilos on our bar in our 69 junior division. Also looks like she's representing Make Your Mark here. And beautiful looking opener
Smooth
there.
over the 3 white lights. Good,
Good
lift for
lift.
Helen. Olivia is next. Then we're back
Straight
to the
down
top
and
of
then
the order.
straight up
Hannah's
as
on
well.
deck.
Yep.
Courtney is in the hole.
Yeah,
Sometimes the squat can be a bit more difficult if there's a bit of forward lean, but none of that over here.
yeah.
Bar is loaded for
Good.
Olivia.
All right, I think we are on our last lifter of our first flight, our flight F here. This is Olivia with 117.5 kilos here. I believe also Make Your Mark. Beautiful speedy squat from Olivia.
Speedy over for
Incredible
Olivia. 3
there.
white lights. That's a good lift.
Wes, you'll actually see that the
Hannah is next.
spotters are
Courtney is
pulling
on
the
deck.
arms
Olga
back
is in the hole,
open, and they
beginning
originally
round
brought them
2 of
in.
the squat
So
event.
some squatters or squatters
Zero
are
day
allowed
two.
to request bringing
Both of
those
our good friends.
sides inwards, just because sometimes when they unrack and they walk out, they're going to kind of bang themselves on the sides, and so
The
just
bar is
allowing
loaded for Hannah.
yourself to choose what direction you want the arms to go could make a really big help.
Yeah. Also, previously about Make Your Mark, they have a new location as well.
They
so for the
do.
viewers watching at home, interested in trying out a new powerlifting gym, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. All right, Hannah here, 62.5. Yes. Hannah is looking great with her commands. She
3
is
white lights for Hannah.
sleeveless,
That's a good
no knee
lift.
sleeves,
Courtney is next.
no
Olga
belt,
is on deck.
which
Jody
you'll
is
see
in
some
the
of
hole.
our lifters here. Typically, you'll see them with a belt for support for their brace, knee sleeves as well, right?
How do you find knee sleeves help you?
The bar is loaded for Courtney.
So, personally, for me, I have terrible squat leverages. Before I get into how terrible my squats are, Courtney here with 85 kilos for her second attempt. Let's take a look here. A solid walkout. Yeah.
Big brace.
Yep. Smooth all the way through. And our judges give that.
And just like you were mentioning,
White lights.
the spotters, they help bring the bar back as well.
Yes.
Jody is on deck.
Yeah,
Alexander
definitely
is in the
keeping
hole.
them safe. Coming back to your question about knee sleeves, they'll typically help you out of the hole. They give you a little bit of bounce. Now, depending on how stiff your knee sleeves are too, can aid with that a little bit more, a little bit less. Just depends as well on the squatter, right?
Exactly. It's also nice for keeping the knees warm as well, and just making sure that you're warmed up in between sets or even in between competitions too.
Exactly.
So,
Yep, you're absolutely right. Olga here, 87.5 kilos. for her second attempt. You can see Olga has that high bar stance.
It does, and the OG singlet actually too.
Yeah. I think there's, I'll point it out, I forget which lifter it
Three
is,
right
but
legs,
she
good
has
leg
the
for
OG
Jody is next.
SBD singlet, and
Alexandra is
you
on
can see the
deck. Jody
difference
is in the hole.
from it. I don't think they produce those anymore, so must have had it lent to her by someone who
All
has
right,
access
Jones,
to
the
it.
bar is
We'll see.
loaded.
Okay, Jody Church, 100 kilos on our bar.
100 kilograms.
We have our head coach from Back Alley. In the back, I believe it's Mia. There.
It's nice when the coach gives commands right there as well, keeping their lifters confident and focused.
Yeah, giving those cues to really just execute well.
Yeah.
Here goes Jody. Yes. Nope. Jody shakes it off. Says it's a little too much today,
Just a little
but
too much
she
gravity
does
in the
have one
room.
more
One
attempt.
more
It's
attempt.
there, but she'll have one more
So
attempt.
it might be ready for her there.
Sometimes
next.
lifters may
Jody on
opt
deck,
to
Nadine in the
retake the same weight. Sometimes they may decide to go further up, but
Yep.
we'll see what happens
Yep,
with that too.
absolutely.
Something which I'm not too sure is seen on camera. There's also a
Bar is
coach's
loaded
box
for
as well for the coaches to stand. So they can only stand so far, but it's nice that they have that for the support as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Alexandra here. 102.5 kilos on our bar. That's a 7.5 kilo jump. Pretty decent, pretty reasonable for our women lifters here. Right up. Yep. There she fights
Beautiful
through.
grind. Beautiful grind.
Fights through that sticking point there.
Yeah.
Judges give her, unfortunately, 2 to 1. No lift, so that is on her depth. So next attempt, she's
Jordy
going
is
to stick it
next.
a
Nadine
little
on
bit
deck.
more.
Alina.
Yeah, and this is something that I think we'd expect from a second lift, where it's something where it's not going to be easy,
Yep.
but it's something that's going to require effort in a way
Exactly.
too. So there are quite a few different philosophies of what a second and a third attempt should be, but that's up to the coach and their lifter to determine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see some people, and you know, it also depends on where they feel out of like all of their lifts. So is squat your best lift, bench, deadlift, or are you trying to build that subtotal? Some people really just want to kind of send it on squats, send it on
Yes.
deadlifts.
Yeah.
We have Jordanos here, 105 kilos. Great looking squat from her here.
Very smooth, straight down, straight up.
Yep, no question. 3 white lights.
Nadine is next. Alina is on deck.
All
Sarah
right,
is in the hole.
Nadine Diaz is coming up next as well. Looks like, not sure if we mentioned her competition debut.
Bar is loaded for Nadine.
107.5 kilos loaded for her, and I believe, yes, Wes, if you look at her SBD singlet, this is the original SBD singlet. You can see
Wow.
how it's like a box.
Yeah, and there's no front logo to it either, so.
Yeah, it's actually right in like the upper corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're not gonna see a lot of those singlets anymore.
Okay. And I thought I had the OG singlet.
Looks solid there for Nadine. Focused. Looks
Three
great.
white lights. That's a good lift for Nadine.
It's a good lift, and I
Alina
see
is next. Sarah
Nadine's
is on
supporters
deck.
in the
Grace is
background cheering her on. It's always great to
Very
see.
focused. You can see it all written over her face too, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's one singlet even before that one.
There is.
Bar is
Oh,
loaded
wow.
for
Walter
Alina.
is letting us know there's a singlet before that singlet. Is that the blue, white, red one, or is there a different version?
Still red and white.
It's still red,
Red and black.
red and black. Okay.
There's a line that goes all the way down the leg.
Okay. So apparently there's a line that goes all the way down the leg for original singlets. We have Alina here, 110 kilos. Yep. A little too much right now.
Just a little too
There's
much
always
gravity in
still,
the room
one
today.
more
That is
attempt
no
left,
lift, but she'll have
so-
one more attempt.
We'll see what happens.
Sarah is next. Grace on deck. Helen in the hole.
All right, Sarah loading up 112.5 kilos here.
Bar is loaded for Sarah.
I really like those kind of belts. I find that they're easy to take on and
The SBD
put on,
belts.
put on and take
Yeah.
off too. So
Yeah, really convenient.
Yeah.
Because it's bolted in the hook in the latch.
Yeah.
But great looking lift from Sarah here.
And
3 white lights.
For Sarah, that's a good lift. Grace is next. Helen on deck. Olivia in the hole.
Grace Hamilton with 120 kilograms being loaded on the bar.
Grace is coached by Mr. Dan Remulia, one of the co-owners
Bar is
of Band of
loaded for Grace.
Barbells, who is hosting Toronto Summer Cup here in Scarborough.
This is a 1.9 times bodyweight squat.
Oh my
An absolutely massive feat of
gosh.
strength here.
Let's go, Grace.
Getting set up with a wedge as well.
Something about Grace's squat, when she sets up, she gets really aggressive into the bar, really digging that bar in to her back.
Yeah.
Solid walkout here. Sets herself up, pushes up, looks good. A little
Very nice
shaky,
second.
but great looking squat.
2-1 in
2 to
favor.
1.
That's a good lift.
Good
for
lift.
Grace.
We'll
Helen
take
is
it.
next.
For some lifters as
Olivia
well,
is on
they
deck.
opt
We're
to
back the
hinge
top
their
of the
hips
order.
back
Anna is in the hole.
before they squat as well. So sometimes it can just help with the overall concept
Bar
of
is loaded
leverages.
for Helen.
So I think I saw a little
Trying
bit
to
of
find
that.
that balance, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a nice little technique that works for some lifters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Helen here. You'll see Helen's arms there are, or like the, what is it called?
They're,
Arms
with,
are front
they're
end.
within the rings of the, and they have to be.
All right. You can see the outfit is absolutely matching, head to toe. I think those are Nike Rom 2s, maybe? Looks good. Squat looks good too.
Very nice. That could have been an opener, actually.
Absolutely, and that's 3 white lights for Helen.
Olivia is next.
You know, I find with a lot of
Corky is in the
lifters
hole.
whose it's their first meet, the coaches like to keep it on
Bar is
the
loaded for
more
Olivia.
conservative side. They'd rather their lifters go 9 for 9, build that confidence from their first meet.
Yes, and that's actually with regards to, I'll add on to that. So Olivia here with 125 kilograms on the bar. Yeah, there are many different goals that can happen for a powerlifting meet. Like you were mentioning, going 9 for 9, qualifying total,
Yeah.
a medal, or even just to be in the competition too.
Look
3
good
white lights.
there.
Good lift
3
for
white
Olivia.
lights
That
for
brings us to the end of
Olivia.
Round 2 of the
Solid
squat
2
event.
red plates there.
We're going back
Yeah.
to the top of the order, round 3.
All right.
Hannah is next.
We are on
Courtney
the
is on
3rd
deck.
squat attempts for flight F, which is our first
Courtney
flight
is in the
of
hole.
our women division. And we have Hannah coming up now for her 3rd squat at 67.5.
What's really the mindset here for a 3rd attempt for the lifter?
That's a good question. My
Bar
first thought
loaded
is
for Hannah.
get it up.
Yeah.
But, you know, also to stay focused, this is generally, you know, the heaviest, this is going to be your heaviest squat of the day.
Yeah.
And it depends, right, once again, on your goals for the meet. Sometimes if you are going 9 for 9 or aiming to go 9 for 9, you know, this is critical to hit as well. Sometimes this could be a PR.
It could
on your
be,
3rd attempt.
yeah.
Yep. She's fighting through it.
Fighting.
Beautiful. She really fought through that, and judges give
The
her,
judges say.
unfortunately,
jumping
no
is
2
lift.
yellows and then a red and a yellow card.
Every time.
Yeah.
That is no
So it looks like she had jumped her rack command, but
Courtney
I think that counts as a gym
is-
PR.
I think it does too.
Yeah.
I think
Olivia
it
is on
does.
deck. Jody's in the hole.
All
The bar
right.
is loaded for
And that's
Courtney.
something that she can always just take to the next meet as well,
Exactly.
right? So
All right. Courtney here, 92.5 kilos in our Masters 1 division.
when wedging the bar out, it's always nice to have the bar feel like it's attached to your body in a sense.
Really secure, right?
Yeah.
When the bar kind of starts rolling, you might lose your balance, right? Your positioning. And she's coming up right there. Oh,
Good
Good
catch.
job by the
Floaters,
spotters.
Spotters
Good job
and floaters.
by the floaters.
Our lifters
And I think especially as well, that's where the rack height comes into play as well with regards to setting it, and that way it's not too high or too low to be able to have a proper wedge.
all right. Up next, we have Olga, 92.5 kilos. in her competition debut, according to Arena
Bar is loaded for
Powerlifting.
Olga.
Shout out to Arena Powerlifting.
Yes. All right, Olga here. Make your mark. We have Coach Emma in the box as well. Olga is competing in our Open 63 division here.
92.5 on the bar. Very smooth walkout.
Fighting through that sticking point there, and our judges give that 3-way lights.
Very nice grind for a
Good
third
lift.
attempt.
Next, Alexandra
Giving her
is on
coach
at
there a big
Alina.
hug. Great job to Olga.
I have a little bit of a funny story. I remember quite a few years ago I was squatting, and I bought these new pants. They're nice track pants. And then what happened was after the first squat, I had to go right back to the locker room.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I guess for anyone who wants to try squatting out there, that's my first piece of advice. Make sure to buy appropriate pants.
And with that, we are looking at Jody now for her third attempt. She's retaking 100 kilos. I believe she can do this. Looking aggressive. Fighting it through. Yes! Yes!
Up,
Fight!
up,
Fight!
up,
Fight!
up,
Oh
up.
my god, yes!
Wow.
That was an incredible fight from Jody. What do the judges say? 2
2
to
to
1.
1.
It's a good lift for Jody.
Remarkable effort.
Right, it's kind of going back to what you were saying about
And the bar is
mindset.
loaded
Sometimes when
for
you have that missed
Alexandra.
second and you're like, I just want to get this third one. Sometimes it's about self-belief, right? It's like, I want to prove to myself that all this hard work I've done, I can show it off on the platform.
It is. And Alexandra with 102.5 kilograms on the bar.
Also retaking this from her second attempt.
Yeah, sometimes what happens even with the prior attempt is you did the lift, but unfortunately maybe missed a command. So there are times where lifters will opt to just go up regardless, and it works as well. So just going back to that mindset.
Yeah. Good squat, pushing up. That looked deeper, I think, than the last time. The last time I think it was called on depth there.
Three white
And
lights.
it's 3 white lights.
Good
Beautiful,
lift for
beautiful.
Alexandra.
Good lift for
Alina is next.
Alexandra.
Nadine is on deck. Yordi is in the hole.
Tremendous bar speed all around
Yeah.
from all the lifters as well. So love to see it.
Bar is
Yeah.
loaded for Alina.
All right. Alina also retaking 110 kilos here. Really aggressive with the bar.
That's the intensity I need, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes that big brace, drives it up. Yes. Night and day from her second attempt.
Maintaining tension throughout the entire lift as well, very important. With the brace and holding their breath too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Nadine up next, 112.5 kilos.
Bar is loaded for Nadine.
She looks focused here.
Just another 1.9 times body weight
We're
squat.
almost at, 2 times. All right.
Yeah. Huge squat coming up.
Yes. She drives it up.
Up,
She's
up,
pushing
up.
hard. She's grinding through it. Looked solid from here, and it's 3 white lights.
Three white
So
lights.
good lift for Nadine.
Yordi is next.
One of the sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say she did not quit in that lift.
One of the things as well, I noticed how looking down at the feet positioning as well, just making sure that it's in proper and comfortable position. Too. So sometimes lifters do that. We're just giving a quick look down and then
Flight G,
it's time
you've
to
got
go.
3 lifters
Yep.
to submit changes to squat.
All right, we have
overs.
Yordi up here, 112.5 kilos. drives it. Yes, and she's fighting. She's fighting. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much on the bar today.
She'll get it next time, but
Have the
trying to do
subtotal
that
in
is
place.
okay.
Yes.
So working
Sarah is
towards the
next,
final
Alan is
total.
on deck, Grace is in the hole.
Kind of something we were talking about a while ago, just even as the nerves and just getting that first squat out of the way as well, and now working on to the third squat. So
All
Bar is
right.
loaded for Sarah.
Sarah's coming up now,
White G,
117.5 kilos.
The submit squat opener changes.
She's focused here. You hear her teammates yelling in the audience too. She's fighting it.
very nice.
Some cheers from the audience
White
in the
lights,
box.
good for Sarah.
Big
Helen's
high
next,
five
Grace on
from
deck,
her
Olivia
handler.
in the hole.
Maybe a PR.
May possibly.
All right.
One of the things I wanted to point out is how important the hand position on the bar is for the brace with the upper back,
Okay.
creating that big shelf too. So that's always an important big thing to focus on.
Yeah.
Bar is
Good
loaded
call.
for Helen.
Very technical lift as we talked about earlier, but
All
White G, no
right.
more
Helen,
changes to squat openers.
125 kilos.
strong on rack.
Yeah. She drives it up. She's fighting through. Look great to
Very
me, Wes.
smooth, very
Three
smooth.
white lights, that's a good.
Three white
good
lights for
Grace is
Helen.
next,
Love to see it.
Olivia is on deck, then we're gonna roll straight away into the next
Sometimes
flight. Maggie is in the hole.
the way the bar looks in competition will look different from training, and I think that's possibly because of those 2.5 kilogram collars there, if I'm not mistaken.
Bar is loaded
You
for
are
Grace.
absolutely correct. Yes, you'll see sometimes if there's like a little fib in our spotters and loaders, it's because we typically don't use the collars and the spin locks in regular training.
Yeah.
But yes, those collars don't weigh nothing.
Grace with 127.5 kilograms on the bar.
All right.
Very tight positioning with the hand placement.
Yep. Looking solid there, stabilizing herself. I know she got it. Yes, fight it. Yes.
Going up, going up.
There you go. And that is solid.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, 2-to-1 no lift.
That'll be no
A little bit
lift.
on her depth.
Olivia
But
is next.
I count it.
Maggie is on
Tremendous
deck.
effort, and I
Stacey
count it
is in
too.
the hole.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
count it. All right, Olivia here. 130
Bar is loaded for
kilos
Olivia.
on our bar. And she's closing out our flight F, actually,
Okay.
before we hop right into flight G.
All right.
All right.
A lot of fast, explosive lifts.
Yes. And she drives that up. Oh, and she fights through
Through the
that.
sticking point.
And our judges, give it
Three
three
white
white
lights.
lights.
Good lift.
It's a
Three
good
white lights
lift
for
for Olivia.
We are moving straight away into flight G.
Okay, wow.
Maggie
Yeah,
is next.
we
Stacey is on deck.
flew through that
Ashley
flight.
is in the hole.
And it must be because of our wonderful spotters and loaders.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They do it very fast.
They do. All right, opening up our second flight here is Maggie.
Maggie with 75 kilograms on the bar.
All right, she's one of our Master 1 lifters
And
today.
this may be Maggie's first
Competition.
competition. Yeah.
All right. You'll see here Maggie actually doesn't have any knee sleeves.
I was just thinking that. No wrist
Yeah.
wraps either.
No wrist wraps, no knee sleeves. But I was gonna say I love how the meat
Three white
t-shirts
lights. That's a good opener
look
for
great
Maggie.
with this
Stacey
color
is
singlet.
next. Ashley
Sorry?
on deck. Paola is in
The
hole.
meat t-shirts here look great with her singlet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
really look great together.
and so that's another thing too. So if I'm not mistaken, we have to wear a t-shirt when you're squatting as well. It's
Yes.
part of the rules.
That's
so,
correct.
yeah.
And it has to be one of the approved t-shirts. It has to be like full cotton.
Yes.
Can't have any crazy logos, or if there's a logo, it has to be by an approved IPF team or OPA team, CanPL approved logo, essentially. All right.
Oh wow.
So fast for
Okay.
Stacy.
All right.
85 kilos.
Three-way
I
lights
believe
to
this is
the
also her
space.
competition debut,
Ashley
so
is next.
just have to get a
Paula is
feel,
on deck.
right?
Lauren.
Yeah, it's something as well, going back to the 9 for 9 that we were talking about earlier too. That was actually my first goal for my first, well, it was an
Alright.
unofficial competition,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that was very important. And it's nice how
Yeah.
there's always different goals, right? Everyone's on their own
Yes.
journey, everyone has their own goals to focus on, and everyone's cheering everyone on.
Yeah.
So
All right, Ashley here, 100 kilos. Also looks like it's her first meet. Pushes up. Also, no knee sleeves. And I love her shoes.
all right, we're really talking raw here.
Yes.
Lauren is on deck.
We're, yeah. All right, Paola up
Car is
next.
loaded to Paula.
100 kilos. Competition debut, I believe, as well.
Oh, wow.
We have a lot of first timers here.
We do love to see it.
Really, truly.
Takes a lot to go up there.
It does. You know, a lot of lifters and people who want to get into the sport kind of think, oh, I'm going to start competing when I'm strong enough. But there is no better time to do it than now.
Exactly. 100 kilograms on the bar for Paula.
A hinge there. Deep squat for
Very deep.
Paula. That is an undeniable depth.
No doubt
And
on deck.
Three
Three
white
white lights to
lights.
Paula. Lauren is next. Brenda
Just
is
adding on to
deck.
the comment you were making earlier, one of my friends from the YMCA, Jesse,
Yeah.
he's been powerlifting for quite a few years. He has cerebral palsy.
Car is loaded
And then
Wow.
after a period of time, he's been able to walk.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and one of the hardest, I know so many hardworking people, but shout out to Jesse if you're watching actually. But, sport's really for anyone in any capacity. So beautiful,
Absolutely.
love to see it.
Yeah, it really is for everyone.
Yeah.
And Lauren here with 110 kilos on her opener. All right, looks solid there. We'll see what our judges say.
Three white lights,
Good
three white
lift.
lights.
Good lift for Lauren.
Brenda is next. Hind is on deck.
All right,
Patricia
Brenda is coming up here.
112.5 kilograms on the bar.
Car is loaded for Brenda.
All right, here she is coming out.
So that's a different style belt than what I've seen. It's not the lever belt. Yeah.
No, it's the I guess like a traditional belt. Like
Yeah,
with the holes,
yeah.
the clasp. There you go. Solid looking
All right,
lift.
all right.
Very smooth, very easy. And that is three white lights.
Three white lights, three white lights.
Good lift for Brenda. Hind is next. Patricia's on
Yeah,
deck.
you see that style of
Zila
belt
is
isn't
in
as
the hole.
popular anymore.
Yeah, it used to be a while ago. I don't
Yeah.
want to say how long ago. So,
Car is loaded for
Don't
Hind.
age yourself like that. Don't do that. Hind here, under 15, looks like. We're also competition debut. Also looks like it's a back alley team member here. She drives it up there.
big grind.
Looking good, looking solid. Judges
Three
give
white
that.
lights. That's
Three
a
white
good
lights.
go. There we go.
Patricia
That's a good
is
lift.
next. Zila is on deck. Danica is in the hole.
One of the things, whether it's a competition or
Car is
training,
loaded for
is
Patricia.
building momentum as well.
that's a
So,
good point.
seeing what you feel like on the day and then just adjusting it from there. Sometimes a plan A may not necessarily be the plan that to go to, a plan B and C, but that's just part of the game and part of the sport.
Yeah. We have Patricia here, 115 kilos. Oh. A little sticky. Her fan club is going wild. Unfortunately, no lift.
No
She
lift.
may have jumped the squat command just at the top, And you could also see when she descended, there was a little bit
I
of an
saw a
up
little bit of
down.
that. So, but these things happen, and the lift still went up.
Bar is loaded
So
for
went
So
up.
sale.
yeah,
So-
tremendous effort overall.
Yeah, so we'll see if they decide to retake that weight just to make sure she is on the board, or if they feel confident, her and the coach feel confident, that they can maybe bump it up a little bit.
It's a very important discussion to have. 122.5 kilograms on the bar for Zila.
Yes. All right, smooth looking opener there from Zila, also
Three white
with
lights, good lift
one of
for
the
Zila.
original SPD siblings.
Danica
Oh, wow.
will give us the final squad of round one. Then we're back up to the top of the
Alright.
order. Maggie's
Just
on
adding
deck,
on
Stacey's
to a
in
prior
the
point we were talking about.
Yeah.
So for those watching at home, the concept of a handler, that's more so of
bar is loaded for Danica.
generally when powerlifters come to meets, they have someone who will advise them of the attempts they make. Sometimes the lifters actually they prefer to make the attempts themselves, and the handlers may just be there for moral support. But it can be a tough conversation to have sometimes. I remember one time I was handling for one of my friends who competed,
Okay.
and I may have been the most nervous person in the building at the time.
Oh no.
127.5 kilograms on the bar for Danica.
She has lots of depth in that
Oh, yeah.
squat. Looks good.
Big squat,
Right,
big
right.
squat,
Three
yeah.
white lights, that brings
But
us
what
to
you
the
were
end of
saying
round
about,
one
having
of
your
the
handler,
squad
having that
enters flight G
conversation
back
could be a little
up
difficult
to the
sometimes.
top of the
Oftentimes,
order.
you'll
Maggie
have
is next.
a
Stacey
coach
is on deck.
who
Ashley
is the
in
one who's
the
actually
hole.
handling you. They're loading
Maggie,
your bar.
the
They know
bar
how you
is
train.
loaded.
Sometimes you will have also maybe a training partner as your handler
Yeah.
as well. And sometimes they're the ones who are going to say, hey, from what it looked like to me, this is the weight you're going to do. But we have Maggie now.
77.5 kilograms on the bar.
Looks really smooth
Very
there.
smooth.
She's being handled right now
Three
by
white lights,
Lim,
good
who
lift
is
for
one
Maggie.
of our
Stacey
coaches
is
at
next.
Band of
Ashley is
Barbells,
on
and
deck.
Maggie got
Lauren
3 white
is
lights.
in the
It's a good
hole.
lift.
And one of the things too about the handling
Bar
aspect
loaded
too,
for
sometimes
Stacey.
it's also important to know the lifter psychologically and personally
Yeah.
as well.
That's true.
And their own mentality. See how that plays into them and what they want as well. So that comes with
Exactly.
experience or even just the chemistry as well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
90 kilograms on the bar for Stacy.
Yeah, her opener flew.
Oh yeah, that's us.
So-
Yeah. 5 kilogram jump.
I'm sure she can handle this perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Right up.
Oh wow.
Just really, I think they should put a little more
Three
weight on the
white
bar.
lights, good lift for
Yeah, it's a lot of
Ashley is
momentum,
next.
a lot of
Lauren is
confidence,
on deck.
and
Patricia is in the hole.
it's something that she can keep with her for forever, right?
true.
So sometimes, as we were talking
Bar
about,
is
there's all
loaded for
these
Ashley.
bugs in the stomach, right? But no, that's
True.
I think so too. So
A solid looking one.
it is a nice. It is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's always a nice feeling though when you lift and there's definitely a lot more kilos on the table for you on the
Yeah.
bar. The feeling of it. So
Yeah, and you know that you have more in the
yeah,
tank.
yeah.
Ashley here, 107.5 kilos. Pushing up there. Looking solid.
Very solid.
3 white
That's a
lights.
good lift for Ashley.
Good lift.
All
Lauren
right.
is next. Patricia on deck. Paola is in the hole.
Up next, we have Lauren
Bar
here
loaded for Lauren.
on her competition debut, it looks like.
5 kilo jump, 115 kilograms on the bar.
Mm-hmm. You can see her really making sure that that bar is stuck to her back there, getting really aggressive with it.
Yeah, less energy, spend it on unracking. Very important concept.
And pushes up. Looks smooth.
Very smooth.
Looks great. And that is
Three white lights.
lights.
Good lift for
It's a
Lauren.
good lift.
Patricia is next. Paola is
Yeah,
on
was
deck.
it
Brenda
Lauren with the
is
belt
in
that you were
hole.
saying earlier? It was
Maybe.
purple?
Yeah, it's
It's an
Bar is
Inzer.
loaded for
It's an
Patricia.
Inzer
Yeah.
belt.
But the style definitely does add kilograms
Oh,
to the
100%.
total. So
All right, we got a big Pat fan club here. It looks like it's her parents or her family.
retaking 115 kilograms on the bar.
Yeah, she had originally jumped her squat command originally, I think she realized that midway, which is what happened with that up and down there. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she has it this time. Look, very smooth
different.
there.
Yeah. So those
Our
judges-
judges unfortunately
not
say
deep enough. She'll
no
have one more
lift.
attempt to rectify
She
that, but that is
just
no
needs to go
lift.
a little bit deeper on the
Paula is
Just a
next.
little
Brenda
bit, just
a
is
little
on
bit,
deck.
yeah.
Hind is
The
in
strength
hole.
is there.
It most
Barbells
definitely is.
versus power.
Sometimes it could be a little bit hard to gauge as
It
well.
is.
So, but
Yeah.
it's definitely there. We'll see what happens for the third attempt and what her and her coach opt for as well.
Absolutely. Okay, Paula here taking quite a large jump, in my opinion.
15
15
kilograms.
kilos, 115 kilos on our bar here. She is in our 69 classic category.
Easy on rack.
Yeah. Really controlled attempt. Wow, that is a good-looking squat there. And three white
Three white
lights.
lights.
There, 3 white lights.
Saw a
That's
little bit of
good
that hip
lift.
hinge that I was
Brenda
talking about
is
earlier
next.
too,
Hind
and
is
she did
on
with
deck.
such
Zila
force
is
that the
in
bar
hole.
actually had oscillation. It kind of
Bar is
bounced.
loaded for Brenda.
A little bit, yeah.
So for those watching, bar oscillation is mainly when there's so much explosive force into the bar that the bar starts to bend on the back of the power lifters. So it's a testament to how strong all the lifters are.
Absolutely. Vrinda here, 120 kilos on the bar, 7.5 kilo jump. Standing straight to get that squat command and pushes
Smooth.
smooth. Vrinda's also in that high bar
3
position.
white lights. That's a good
I
lift
get
for
3 white
Brenda.
lights.
Hind is next. Zila is on deck.
You,
Danica is in the hole.
Sorry, I think you mentioned prior, but do you do low bar or high bar? Or?
I did not mention prior, but I do
Bar
low
is
bar.
loaded
Low
for
bar,
Brenda.
Typically.
okay.
My leverages, I have long legs and no torso. So,
Oh.
what about yourself, Wes?
I used to,
Pin?
hin with 120 kilograms on the bar.
Yes.
Well, for me, most of my life, I did high bar,
All right.
and
wow.
then
Yep. Hin's pushing through that.
very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I only switched to low bar in the past
White lights.
year.
That's a good lift.
Actually,
year.
yeah, and all of a sudden, everything feels a lot easier. So
Danica is on deck.
I'll see how that goes for myself.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited to see what that leads to for you.
thank you.
Yeah. Hin was
Bar is
good
loaded for
lift. She got
Zila.
3 white lights. We now have Zila up on the platform, 130 kilos on the bar.
Yeah. Considerable jump as well from the first attempt too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the philosophy is using the opener as just something to get yourself on the board, and then the second attempt, something you'd be happy to go home with possibly. 130 kilos on the bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There we
What
go.
a smooth looking lift for her.
Let's add some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 white lights.
For Zila.
Good
Danica
lift.
is next. Maggie is on deck. Stacy is in the hole.
All right, Danica closing
Bar is
off
loaded
our
for Nick.
second squat attempts for our flight G.
Okay.
Here she goes, 135 on the bar. This is actually 2.5 kilos under her all-time best squat.
Oh wow.
So if she hits this, I think she's setting herself up for a nice PR.
That'd be very nice.
Yeah. And she pushes that. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Beautiful squat.
Yeah.
3 white lights. That's a good lift for Danica.
Looks
Brings us to
good
the end
for
of
her.
round 2 of the squad event, Flight G. Here
Top
at
of the
the
lineup
Barbells
again
Silver Cup.
with
Back
Maggie.
to the top of the order for the third and final round of squats this
If
weekend.
you can hear Wade in the
Maggie
background,
is next.
this
Stacy
is
on
the
deck.
third
Ashley
and final
is in the
squats
hole.
of our women's session today.
Bar is
So
loaded
this
for
is
round.
going to be maybe a PR for a lot of our lifters.
Yeah. All the dreaming, all the passion. Here it is in front of us to see.
Absolutely. Maggie looking focus here. Big brace. She's squatting down, pushes up, holds it there. And our judges say it is. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, 2-1
no
against
lift,
on depth.
just
That is
not
no
deep enough. But
Stacy is
I would
next.
count that
Ashley is on
as a
deck.
PR.
Yeah, and you know
It is a
what?
PR.
No knee sleeves required.
Bar is
Yeah.
No,
loaded for Stacy.
Oh my
no,
God.
no wrist wraps required.
Yeah.
So That's
Great
like I said, that's
job.
about as raw as it gets.
Exactly. All right, Stacy here, 95. If you guys have been following along, Stacy's attempts have been flying. Flying. I have no doubt in my mind that this too will fly.
Oh yeah, and they're just been getting faster and faster
I
as well.
think so, honestly.
95 kilos on the bar.
Driving up. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Fast. I
So-
just noticed also Stacy does not have a belt on.
So about that 9 for 9 we were talking about.
Yes. I think it's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley up next, 115 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump here.
Walking out very focused, by the way.
Yeah. The outfit is definitely adding kilos to her performance.
This is non-negotiable.
No, absolutely not. Yep. Oh, that's deep. Deep from my end.
All
And
right.
our judges give that 3 white
White
lights.
lights.
Good lift.
Okay.
I just remembered what those belts are called. They're
Lauren is
prong
on
belts.
deck.
Oh, yeah.
In the hole. The bar is loaded for Patricia.
All right.
Let's get
It's-
behind
it's
this
nice,
lifter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise.
Patricia here needs to get this attempt in order to put up a total.
Yes.
Now, because this is a local meet, even if she doesn't get this, she can continue to lift. But, you know, we work so hard and we want to see her succeed as well.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Right up. And our judges are going to give that. Unfortunately, 2 to 1.
that is 2
No
to 1
lift.
against on
Just
Jeff. That
not
is
deep
no
enough,
lift.
but that's something that she
Lauren
can
is
take back to
next.
training.
Brenda is on
Yeah,
deck.
it-
Hind is in the hole.
Exactly. Regardless of the outcome of the situation, there's always the process
loaded for
and
Lauren.
opportunities to learn from whatever experiences that may happen.
Absolutely.
So that's something to always take back. And sorry if I'm not mistaken, she can also continue
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
She
so
can continue.
so
So,
there's always opportunities ahead too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. It's not over for her yet.
no.
Lauren, 120 kilos, 5 kilo jump from her second attempt here. She's driving, she's pushing,
Grinding,
she's
grinding.
fighting through. Yes.
And it's up there.
Great fight from Lauren there.
Good
3
fight,
white
good
lights.
lift.
3 white lights, 3
for
white
Lauren.
lights.
Big
Brenda
high
is
five
next.
from her handler
Hind is
there.
on deck. Paula is in the hole.
Brenda here, actually, her last competition was last year at Band of Barbells as well, but during their March Madness.
Yes, I was there
Session.
for that actually.
Were
Yeah,
you?
beautiful session
All
there.
right.
So first time handling a lifter.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
wow.
so Verinda with 125 kilograms on the bar.
Yeah. All right, Brenda. And he pushes that. Looks solid from my angle, and
There we go, 3 white lights, 3
Good
white lights.
lift.
Yeah,
Hind is next. Paula is
great
on
job,
deck.
Brenda.
and especially with that third attempt too, kind of like we were talking about earlier, a lot of, I'd say more kilograms left on the table.
Yeah.
But it's also about sticking with the game plan as well and the goals too. So
Yeah.
some people have their different thresholds, but there we go. Yeah.
Here we go. Hind, 125 kilos. She's looking ready. Almost like a
Going
pause
up, going
squat
up.
there. She's fighting through that.
Beautiful grind.
Yeah, our judges give that 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
It's a
2 to
good
1.
lift.
A grinder on
Alright.
the pause squat. Well done. That's a
Yes.
good lift. Paula is next. Zila is on deck. Danica is in the hole. Bar is loaded for Paula.
All right. Paula also taking, she previously also took a big jump. This is another big jump for
Yeah.
her third attempt here. I think it's very impressive to take such big jumps at this weight class here.
Most definitely. So 1.9 times bodyweight squat.
All right, almost hitting our 2 times.
Yeah.
Paula's leverages look like she is made to deadlift. She's got some long legs. Not sure where her arm's at, but let's see how this last squat goes.
And the hip hinge.
And she's fighting.
Very deep.
She's fighting. She's fighting. And unfortunately, it's just a little too much there. But good fight from Paula there.
Yeah. Very deep as well. Very strong position.
Yeah,
So-
she's making sure that her depth is undeniable.
Bar is loaded for Zila.
Zila coming up now, 135 kilos on the bar.
This adds up to almost, I think, 297 pounds, if not mistaken. So it's a 300-pound squat.
All right. Or just about, right?
297, yeah.
297.
Huge squat attempt.
Here she goes. She's fighting through it. Smooth. Definitely had a little bit more in the tank there. Look great. And it's 3 white lights. Could live.
The final squat of the Toronto Summer Cup
One more
will go
squat.
to Danica.
Danica's closing off our squats. It's the last
Bar
squat
is
of
loaded for Danica.
TSC today. 140
kilograms.
kilos.
308 pounds on the bar.
All right. If she hits this, this is going to be a 2.5 kilo PR for her.
Wow.
Yeah.
A competition PR just hits differently, doesn't it?
It does. It's, you know what? It's something to hit it in the gym. It's something to hit it at a competition where, you know, all of the regulations. Oh, she's
Oh,
fi-
that's easy.
oh,
That's easy. Oh, wow.
incredible. And it looks like that's going to be a good lift.
There we go.
Most
Got
white
that weight
lights.
on the bar. 3
That
white
is
lights,
a
140
new
kilos.
PR
That brings the squat session
for
to an end, ladies and
her.
gentlemen.
Welcome back, everyone. We now have the bench session of the 3-lift meet going down right now. So, yeah, actually, I was thinking about your last meet, if I'm not mistaken. Was it in March of this year, if I'm not mistaken? Or
That's a great question. Possibly?
I think it was in was it in Newfoundland or?
Oh, yeah, no, that was national.
Oh yeah, nationals, right, yeah.
I totally forgot I did that. But yeah, I did a bench only meet. So, and we are doing our bench session right now.
Yeah. No, a question I have for you actually is, as someone who has competed at the national level, how does it feel knowing that you're such a part of high level of Canadian history in powerlifting?
Oh. You don't want to put it like that intense like that. That's so crazy. I mean, I think it's cool, right? That was my first nationals as well. And it was actually an equipped bench, which is something I only recently really took up.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I think it's a really different experience to be at a level where you're competing against people across Canada.
Right.
And it's a different feeling, but it's really cool to be in a space where there are just so many other very passionate, hard.
All right, let's get ready to rock.
Yeah. And it's always nice to see people from across the nation, actually. We have Hannah here with 37.5 kilograms on the bar.
All right.
Because when I've competed in the USAPL, whether it was in Las Vegas or Miami, same supportive community wherever I go.
Exactly. So that looked good to me, but maybe the viewers at home don't really know what goes into a bench press. You know what I mean? So there are 3 commands.
Yes, I think there's the most amount of commands for the bench press, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of technicalities that actually go into a powerlifting bench. So they're going to get the start command once it's unracked. They will get the press command once the bar is straight across and motionless across their chest, just like so. And once it's right at the top, they will get the rack command from our head ref.
Yes, and there's also rules with regards to how you can lift the bar from your chest. So, for example, if I'm not mistaken, you're not allowed to heave.
Correct.
Or have the bar sink into you and then just throw it up like
Correct.
that. You have to have the initiation from the judge where then they say press. So you have to hold it as someone described as motionless. And then from there you get the command. So very controlled environment.
So Courtney previously took 40 kilos and that was a successful lift. We now have Jody here setting up for a 40 kilo bench as well. You'll notice a lot with powerlifters, we do have this arch in our backs, right, in our chest. And that's really to remove or just to limit our range of motion. Because, the whole point of powerlifting is to lift the most weight possible.
Yeah, and with regards to the range of motion as well, you may notice how a lot of powerlifters, they'll opt for a wider grip on the bar as well, which overall reduces the range of motion too. And there's also the concept of leg drive too, which ultimately helps with keeping a tighter back in a sense. Maintaining tension, that seems to be a common theme amongst all 3 lifts in various ways.
Absolutely. Sarah here, 42.5 kilos on a bar. Smooth looking attack
Very
for
smooth,
Sarah.
very smooth.
Really confident there. 3 white
For
lights.
Sarah. Nadine is next. Alina
All right.
is on deck. Olga is in the hole.
Yeah. In regards to that ROM comment that we were talking about too, recently there was also a new rule change, maybe a couple years back at this point, where there is an elbow depth rule. So as much as we do try to limit the range of motion, there does need to be, I believe, like your elbow joint has to be parallel or a little bit lower than
To
your
the shoulder,
joint.
yeah.
That is actually a really big topic right now, just because there are a lot of very interesting calls from different, refs around the world, different federations, and just trying to understand what is sufficient elbow depth.
Yes, yes.
So 45 kilos for Nadine, looked fast, looked like an opener.
3 white lights.
And even another aspect of the lift as well, the lifter's feet have to be on the ground as well. They can't be elevated.
Yes, they do need
And-
to be flat.
Bar is loaded for
And then
Olivia.
also the head has to be touching the bench as well.
That's right.
Otherwise, it may be considered a no lift.
That's right. So, as we continue to talk about all these technical bench rules, you can see how the bench press can be maybe one of like the most difficult lifts technically.
Alina with 47.5 on the bar.
Looks just like an opener should there.
Yeah, opting for a
3
wider
white lights, good
foot
lift for
positioning
Olivia.
as well.
Olga is next. Alexandra
So that kind of
is
goes
on
back to
deck.
something we were
Olivia.
talking about a while ago, how there's not a one-size-fits-all. So during
Bar is
training,
loaded for Olga.
every lifter just finds things to study and play around with, and then they bring it on meet day, or even in the gym in general.
Exactly.
Sometimes training may not necessarily involve the weights, but also understanding your own leverages too, studying with an empty bar. So I like to believe every weight has a purpose.
Exactly.
So it's not just about going for a 1 rep max, it's about the whole picture.
Exactly. So Olga here now at 47.5 kilos. She's opting for a handoff there. So our benchers are allowed to ask for a handoff from our spotters here.
Yeah.
3 white lights, good lift for Olga. Alexandra
There are,
is next.
pros and cons
Olivia
to asking
is on
for
deck. Grace.
a handoff. So your
Bar
pros
is
are
loaded for
obviously
Alexandra.
you're conserving a little bit of energy because you're having the weight given to you. The cons is that, depending on who's giving you the handoff, it might not be consistent to what you're experienced and comfortable with in training.
Exactly. So that's always a bit of a, I don't want to call it a risk, but maybe it is a risk actually, possibly. So
Yeah.
I avoid giving handoffs because I know I'm not good at handoffs. So
And that's fair.
Yeah, I just spot.
All right, handoff from Jared for Alexandra, 52.5 kilos. Very controlled lift there.
Very smooth.
Judges give that 3 white lights.
Good lift for Alexandra.
Good lift for
Olivia is
Alexandra.
next. Grace is on deck. Yordi is
And
in
so,
the
with
bar.
regards to the wrist wraps, perhaps they would play a similar role, in comparison to the squat, of just keeping the wrists straight in
Yes.
a sense.
Or just adding in, some more support into that wrist joint.
Yeah.
Some lifters, right, talking about that raw, I'm trying to minimize it.
Bar
Sometimes
is
they
loaded
will
for
actually
Olivia.
lift with their wrists like cranked back, and they just want to have that wrist wrap over it to help support the joint there.
Yeah.
It's all depending on how you lift.
62.5 kilograms.
For Olivia,
Yep.
she also has quite a wide stance.
That's very interesting. I don't really see that too often, actually.
It could really deal right back to our leverages of our
Yeah.
lifters.
Good lift for Olivia. Grace is
Get
next.
stable,
Yordi's on
just
deck.
because
Helen is in
depending
the
on
hole.
where you place your legs, when you are looking for that leg drive off the floor, you are pushing down and out, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So just depending on how short your legs are relative or long your legs are relative to your torso, will kind of depend on where you want to place your
Bar
feet.
is loaded
Yeah.
for Grace.
All right, Grace here opening with 65 kilos.
Something that's also possibly a bit harder to see right now is the hand placement on the bar and the role that places as well.
Yes.
Sometimes it's taught that if it's closer to your wrist, it's a more stable position as opposed to if it's higher in the hand. But again, every lifter is different. So
Absolutely.
we even saw high bar as well earlier today. So
Yeah. And something as well about our hand placement here, our fingers do have to cover this ring on
Yes.
the outside of that bar. And your thumbs do have to wrap around as
They-
well.
they do.
And that's 3 white lights for
good for
Grace.
Grace.
Looked great,
Yordi
in my
is
opinion.
next. Helen is on deck. Then
Very
we're
similar
back
to the
up
squats,
top
very
floor.
speedy, very
Yes.
fast
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of work and preparation from all sides, not just physically but mentally as well,
Yeah.
have gone into this and seeing it all on beautiful display here today.
Yeah. Yordi here, 65 kilos as well. I see her family has actually come into the audience, so that's always great to see
Yeah.
our support team and support systems. Strong looking opener there for Yordi, 65
Three white
kilos.
lights, that's a good lift.
3 white lights.
Helen
White
is next.
lights.
Hannah is on deck. Courtney is in
All
the
right,
hole.
Helen is ending off our Flight F bench session here before we go back to the
Bar
top
is
of the
loaded for
order.
Helen.
You'll notice that our bench in the women's session tends to go a little faster because the women are taking really close weights to each other. A lot of people take very similar attempts.
Yeah. Would you say that maybe this still plays a role into saving something for the deadlift, or?
You know, potentially that could be it. Helen here, 72 and a half. It's a big bench.
Yeah. It's a very big arch too.
All right. Very fast looking
Wow.
there. 3 white lights. Good lift for Helen. We're back to the top of the order too.
Back to the top of the order.
And similar to the
Courtney's on deck.
squat
Jody is
attempts,
on deck.
the bar height is actually very important too, because otherwise, at least in my opinion, if you start the bar too low, then now you'll need actually more energy to unrack the bar. Whereas if the bar is in a position where it's just your arm is straight, now it's less energy to unrack the bar.
Exactly, which is funny you say that because when I first started powerlifting and benching, I was probably doing half a rep to get the bar up before finding my actual proper rack height. So
And
don't
it's
make that mistake.
And it's easier to find the rack height at a powerlifting gym such as the Band of Barbells.
Absolutely, with these combo racks. Hannah
Yeah.
there, 40 kilos on the bar. Looks smooth to me. Our judges give it 3 white lights, and that's a good lift for
Courtney
Hannah.
is next. Jody is on deck. Sarah is in the hole. The bar is loaded for Courtney.
Courtney's coming out now, 42 and a half kilos. It's been quite a bit of time since Courtney last competed. Her last meet was back last April, actually, so a little bit over a year at this point.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of life, and when people feel ready to compete, life happens in various ways. So
Absolutely.
the bar will always be there when we're ready for it.
Good lift
Yeah.
for Courtney. Jody is next. Sarah
All
is
right,
on
good
deck.
lift for
Alina
Courtney.
is in the hole.
And Jody up next, taking a 5-kilo jump to 45
45
kilos.
kilograms.
Bar is loaded
I have a
for
little bit of
Jody.
a funny story, I suppose. I remember from my previous meet in Miami, for my second attempt, I asked to load 232. Now, I thought that was pounds. And then
no.
what happened was,
Loading kilos.
and then the person was like, "Are you sure about that?" And then I realized it was in kilos. Like, wait, let's go back down. So,
Oh my God.
otherwise, I would have walked out with probably close to 500 pounds on the bar.
Oh no. All right, Jody here. A little too much for the day.
Unfortunately, that is no lift.
But
We'll have one
hey,
more
we have
attempt.
one more attempt.
We do.
Sarah
And
is
if that
next.
was the
Alina
case,
is on
then
deck. Nadine
I
is
think
in
the only
hole.
thing that I would have done was given a thumbs up to the spotters and then just walk right backstage. Something to mention for those walking at home, possibly for the first time, is, and this can be searched up, it's called the rising bar principle. So people watching, you may have noticed how no lifter takes attempts which are actually lower than the previous attempt. So this is just something important to note for the style of the competition as well for powerlifting.
Good call out, Wes.
Yeah.
Sarah, 47 and a half kilos. A little bit of a slower pace off the chest, but
Three white lights.
ultimately
Good
she got it
lift
up.
for Sarah.
3 white lights.
Alina
It's a
is
good lift
next.
for her.
Nadine is on deck. Olga is in the hole.
What's your favorite lift out of the 3 lifts, by the way?
So my leverages make me a great
The bar is loaded for
deadlifter.
Alina.
Right now, though, I'm a little impartial. I've only been doing bench meets, so bench has been fun. It's definitely not my best lift, but I definitely love learning about bench and equip bench and all those like niche little things to do.
Alina with 50 kilograms on the bar.
Yep, looks solid.
There we go. Okay.
Good call there. What about you, Wes? What's your
Three white
favorite
lights.
step
Good lift
three?
for Alina.
Well,
Nadine
I
is
was
next.
traditionally
Olga is
someone
on deck.
who,
Alexandra
for
is
fun, I used to train in weightlifting, actually. So
all right.
I never competed in that sport, only in powerlifting, but I was someone who always favored more so of deadlifting and squatting because I just,
Okay,
Yeah,
all
so-
right. Nadine here now. She is lifting 52 and a half kilos. That's actually, in my opinion, a really big jump for
7.5.
7.5 for a women's bench.
Ah.
You'll find most of the time women will take like a 2.5, 5 kilo jump,
Mm-hmm.
especially in a in like a competition debut in like a local meet.
Yeah.
Just because they're trying to find what makes sense for their body weight.
If I'm not mistaken, 2.5 kilos is the minimum jump you're allowed
That's
to do.
correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So she fights through that
There we go.
fantastically. I am so impressed with that call. 7.5
Three white lights.
jump and 3 white lights.
Olivia.
Good lift. It must help that she has her own personal fan club here in the audience cheering her
You know,
on.
the atmosphere definitely does a big difference in a way.
Absolutely.
So there are times where it's almost has like you don't even feel like you're lifting, because the atmosphere is so lively. So
Yeah. So Olga here now, 52.5 kilos. Once again opting for that handoff. Oh, unfortunately she just missed that press command. Just got a little too excited.
Unfortunately,
She can take that again.
So one more attempt.
One more
Yeah.
attempt.
Alexandra is next. Olivia on deck. Grace is
Sometimes that happens, right? With first lifters, you're a little
Yeah.
nervous, or you get really excited, or you're kind of just like, I just need to press it up.
It's just one of the adjustments in
Yeah.
a way. So, or sometimes, although I haven't seen it happen here, sometimes the bar may hit
One of the hooks.
on the way up,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, that would be an infraction, I think.
So it actually isn't if it hits the hooks.
If it isn't,
just,
okay, yeah.
It just might, slow you down or kind of like mess with the groove.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Alex has a
All right.
massive arch,
white
but
lights,
3 white lights, real smooth,
Olivia
real
is
strong
next.
looking
Grace
as well.
is on deck. Yordi is in the hole.
So 5-kilogram jump, 67.5.
For Olivia.
Bar is loaded for Olivia.
There's something to note here too. This is a 1 times body weight lift, so to be able to bench your body weight is
Yes.
massive. So
All right, so let's see this for Olivia. And she's pushing. Oh, yes. That is a good fight from
big
Olivia.
grind. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white
3 white
lights.
lights.
Good move for Olivia.
Awesome.
Grace is next.
I
Yordi is on
love
deck.
to see
Helen is
it.
in the hole.
Leaving some room for the 3rd attempt as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Grace is taking a 5
All
kilo
right,
jump
good.
to
Grace.
70 kilos. This is recorded as well as her all-time best in competition. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this lift goes for her.
That kind of like we were talking about earlier, it just hits differently when you do a competition personal best or even an
Absolutely.
all-time personal best as well. Setting up the wrist so that way it helps with the unrack.
And she's right up there.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
I love to see it. Judges say
2
2 to
to
1.
1.
That's a
Good
good
lift.
for
We
Grace.
do have a
Yordi
red
is
card,
next. Helen is on
yellow
deck, and we're back to
infraction
the top
there.
of the order.
It could
Hannah is
be
in the
potentially
hole.
maybe a little bit of butt lift, which is
Bar is
also
loaded
another
for Yordi.
technicality. Your butt
Yes,
has
yes.
to stay on the bench. And sometimes when you're pressing in with your legs, really, hard, really aggressively, sometimes your butt does lift up. So
Especially for maximal lifts as well. So it's a lot of pressure on the back with the tension. So
Yeah.
well, that's just a part of it sometimes. So something that can be addressed in training or even in the back room before next lift.
absolutely. Yordi here, 70 kilos. Easy and
Very
smooth
easy.
looking lift there.
Judges say 3 white
3
lights.
That's a good lift. That brings us to the end of round 2. Back up to the top of the order.
All right,
Oh, not quite. Sorry. Helen is next. Hannah's
we
on
have one more lifter
deck.
of this
Bars
flight
over.
here, for flight F. This is Helen, 77.5 kilos. Helen has a huge bench.
This is well beyond her body weight.
Yes. So quite incredible.
Yeah. One of the semi-OG singlets, by the way. Not the original one, as I've learned.
All right. solid. Judges give it 3 white lights. Good lift for Helen.
For the wrist wraps, by the way, they have to be wrapped in a way where they don't make contact with the bar.
That's correct, yeah. So sometimes you'll see with the wrist wraps there is like a loop that kind of helps you put it on, but it can't be touching your hand. It also can't be touching the bar. So you'll have to learn how to wrap it in the right and correct way.
It's an art to wrap that,
It is.
actually. So
It is. And some people, wrap their wrist in a wrong way where they're not really stabilizing that wrist joint. They're kind of
Yeah.
just going around their wrist entirely. But Hannah here taking her last bench attempt, 42.5 kilos. And she's pushing up, and looks like it might just be a little too much today. A little bit of a mismove, it looked like.
it was going up.
It was going up, though.
We have Courtney, followed by Jody, followed by Sarah.
Okay, Courtney is up next here, 45.
Bars
She's been
loaded
taking
for
2.5
Courtney.
kilo jumps.
Yeah.
Which
Conservative.
is conservative,
Yeah.
but also, the minimum amount of weight you can take. But also for women, sometimes that's the only jump you can take, in my opinion, just depending on, how strong your bench is. So,
Yeah, what feels the best for the day, too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can get a little ambitious to take a 5 kilo jump sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta go with what you can, right? All right, push. Nice. That looks solid for Courtney there, and definitely a good call on the jump.
2 for 1. Yeah, it's always an interesting process of peaking and tapering and just seeing how it feels on meet day.
Yeah.
So for those watching at home who never heard those terms, that's just basically putting in momentum and consistency of work for a few months, and then you train to be the strongest you can be for a specific day. And then that's basically it.
Yeah, and working with a coach or someone who's experienced in that is definitely very helpful, because I could not tell you how to peak an athlete at all.
Oh, me neither. Yeah, it's one thing where I just have it where I'm just doing the doing. The
Yeah.
thinking is already taken care of. So
Exactly. Jody here, 45 kilos, reattempting her second attempt here. Yes, no, a little just too much for the day. It's okay, Jody.
That's no lid. Sarah is next. Olga is
All
on deck.
good
Alina
there.
is in the hole.
So Sarah right now is on pace for that 9 for 9 we were talking
Bar is
about.
loaded
Yes.
for Sarah.
So
She is loading up 50 kilos, so she took a 5 kilo jump for her first and second attempt, and now she's taking a 2.5 kilo, which
okay,
seems like a good call.
yeah.
Let's see how this goes for Sarah. And she's pushing. Oh, and she's fighting it.
Pushing.
It's a little too much for
A
her
valiant
today,
fight, unfortunately,
but
just a little
great
too
fight
heavy
for
for
Sarah
Tremendous
there.
effort. Tremendous effort.
Yeah.
Olga is next. Alina is on deck. Nadine is in the hole. Bar is loaded for Olga.
Okay, Olga up next. 52.5 kilos. I think what happened last time was she just jumped that press command. She got a little excited.
Yeah.
She definitely has it in strength, so she just got to clean it up on her commands here.
Yeah, just a minor adjustment like that. So not even related to the lift itself.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Yep.
Going.
And
All
all
right,
her commands are
okay.
there. Should be good. 3
Good
white lights.
fight, good
Yeah.
lift, 3 white lights.
Building towards that
Alina
subtotal.
is
Yes.
next. Nadine is on deck. Alexandra is in the hole.
All right, Alina, 55 kilos.
The bar is loaded for Alina.
Now sometimes people they bench press while wearing a belt.
Yes.
That's something that I've never tried, but have you ever tried that?
So I personally do that with Equip, but I don't do it for Raw.
Okay.
From what I've talked to with other lifters who do it in the Raw division, it's mainly just to help their brace, help keep their core tight.
Okay.
But it can also hinder your arch.
Interesting.
So it just
Oh,
depends.
unfortunately,
Fortunately,
Dan paid the
a little
gravity
too
belt
much
this
for
month,
Alina
making things
today.
A little too heavy, that is no lift.
It's,
Nadine is next. Alexandra is on deck. Olivia is in the hole.
okay, here we go.
Just getting the bar set up for
Bar is loaded
Nadine.
for Nadine.
57.5 kilos. So on her first and second attempt, she took 7.5. This attempt, she's taking 5 kilos. We'll see how it moves.
Chalk on the hands for extra grip.
Yep. You'll also see sometimes the lifters will have chalk on their backs as well for
Yes.
bench.
Yeah.
That's to mainly stick onto the bench. So sometimes, when you are using your leg drive, you're pushing into the floor, you might slip backwards onto the bench, depending on how sticky the bench is or slippery the bench is.
And another thing with the benches or the combo racks is that they're wider, and that actually helps out a lot with surface area and the overall arch.
Yep.
Even the height helps too.
Yeah. A little too much for the day.
A little too much today. That is
But good try, Nadine.
Alexandra
Big
is
subtotal.
next. Olivia
Big
is
subtotal.
on deck. Grace.
Coming there.
Bar is loaded for Alexandra.
60 kilograms on the bar for Alexandra.
All right. 2.5 kilo jump for her on her competition debut. Just setting it up. Smooth looking lift. You can see that she was very controlled in her descent. Really trying to maximize that soft touch. Just because when it is a soft touch, you may get a faster press call from your ref.
And it's also a very nice arch too, because some lifters, they opt to arch their entire body and then put their behind on the bench as well. So
All right, Olivia here, 70 kilos. Which in the gym, if you're in a powerlifting gym, that is 1 red plate.
it's also over her body weight.
Yeah. And just a little too much today. But good attempt for her.
Brilliant effort, brilliant effort.
Helen is in the hole.
Absolutely. Okay, Grace Hamilton, 72.5 kilos. This would be a 2.5 kilo PR actually.
Okay.
G, no more
If
changes.
she hits this, so let's wish her the best of luck.
Very focused demeanor from all the lifters today.
Yes. Grace actually recently had to switch her bench technique a little bit because she was one of those individuals who would sink her bench. So now you'll see that she does a soft touch. And she's right there. Yes! And that moved so well. Let's see what the judges say. 2 to 1. It's a good lift, and that's a new comp PR for Grace.
Helen is on deck, then we go.
Yeah, and the
right
soft touch
away
as well, especially with
into
maintaining tension at the bottom, not necessarily just having the bar sit on
Yes.
the chest as well. So
Exactly.
otherwise it could be possibly just an arms movement as opposed to a full body movement.
Yeah.
So very well
Right.
done.
Yes. Yordi here now, 72.5 kilos on our bar.
Controlled descent.
Yep, and she's looked beautiful to me. Our judges are giving that 3
Three
white
white
lights.
lights.
Great
Helen
lift
is
for
next, then we go
Yordi.
Very
right
speedy
away to
lift,
the next
very
round.
speedy
David
lift.
is on deck.
All right,
Maggie
we
is
are
in the hole.
closing off our flight F.
Okay,
Our first flight of the
already.
day,
Yeah.
right? With Helen here,
Bar is
82.5 kilos is,
Quite a considerable jump.
yes, but also a very large bench.
Yeah.
We got
Massively over her body weight, by the
Yes.
way.
And we have a couple of Helen supporters in our audience. I can hear them cheering her on. And she's pushing it, and she's not
Going,
quitting.
going.
Just a little too
Good
much
fight,
for the
unfortunately,
day.
just a little
But
too much
great
today,
fight
that
from
is no-
her.
Great fight, great
This
effort.
brings us to the end of Flight F. We are going to roll straight away into
It was going
Flight
up. It was going
Yeah,
up.
it was.
Yeah.
Hinge
All
is
right,
next,
we are
Maggie's on deck,
switching
Paula
over
is in
now
the
to
hole.
our next flight.
Okay.
Back to our first attempts, and we have
Bars
Hind
loaded for
opening
Hind.
up with 50 kilos. Here she comes. You hear her, a coach and a handler in the box, walking her through, set up, stay tight, settle. Reminding her to wait, and looks like a good lift.
Lights, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
very important for
Maggie
the
is
lifter
next,
as well
Paula
to
is
have
on
that.
deck,
So
Ashley
especially when there's so
is in
many
the hole.
things going on,
Bars
whether it
loaded
be
for Maggie.
the referees or the audience as well.
Yeah.
There's some people who it's like they're just focused and zoned in, right?
Exactly.
So, or at least that's just what I like to do. I like to just focus on executing technique, and that's about it. And so, yeah.
So it's always nice, right, to have that person reminding you
It
your
is,
steps
it
to
is.
go.
We got Maggie with 50 kilograms on the bar. Yeah, when I was handling my friend, well, he told me I was screaming at him to complete his final deadlift, and he did it.
Nice, yeah.
So,
Very smooth looking
Very
bench
smooth.
from Maggie.
Yeah.
Looked good to me.
Three
Judges
white
agree.
lights, good lift for Maggie.
3 white
Paula
lights.
is next. Ashley is on deck. Patricia is in the hole.
50 kilograms again on the bar.
For Paula.
Bar is loaded for Paula.
If I'm not mistaken, this may be Paula's first bench attempt ever.
Yeah, it was one of her first meets.
Yeah,
So let's see how this goes for her.
yeah.
You'll see that every individual has their own way of setting up for their lifts. You'll see that Paula actually came back up and kind of through the rack just to make sure that her arch was set up in the way that she typically trains it. Yep.
And generally touching the highest point
2-1 in
as
favor,
well, just
that's a
to
good
reduce that
lift.
range of motion that we were
Ashley is
talking
next,
about earlier
Patricia
too.
on deck,
Exactly.
Stacy is in
And
the hole.
Paula got a 2-for-1 good lift call.
Bar is loaded for
Yellow from
Paula.
the center ref, so that could
Bar is
potentially
loaded
be
for Ashley.
maybe on elbow depth, from my understanding, possibly. But we will see when she comes out for the next one as well. But Ashley is up now with 52.5 kilos.
Very fast.
Three
White lights.
for Ashley.
Looked exactly like an opener to
Stacy
move.
is on
And one of the
deck.
things that
Candace
some
is in
people
the
will
hole.
say is that your opener should look like something like an RPE 7.
Yes, yes. And then from there, it can just
Bar is loaded for
see
Patricia.
based on how that feels, seeing if they need to go to plan B or C
Yep.
as well. So being adaptable. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, Patricia here now, 62.5 kilos.
Yeah, just something to do with absolute certainty for the first attempt as well.
Patricia really taking her time here, making sure she feels comfortable and confident in her positioning. Very controlled descent there. And our judges say it is.
Three
white
That's a
lights.
good lift.
Awesome.
Stacy
Good
is
job,
next.
Patricia.
It's nice. It's nice to be relaxed in a
Brenda is
moment
the
like
hole.
that as well. You know, you got 60 seconds to
Bar
do it,
is
so may as well
loaded
make the
for
most of the
Stacey.
time if
Yeah.
necessary. So that's always nice to do.
Exactly. All right, Stacey here. So you'll see here Stacey is going to opt for a handoff, and what she is doing is actually a pro move. Most people who request a handoff will actually give directions to the person who is handing it off to them.
Yeah, communication is really important too.
Yes.
Kind of speaking to what I was talking about, just making sure we're on the same page.
Unfortunately, she just missed that rack command. You kind of saw it in her face after she
Unfortunately,
said it,
the rack
but
command,
she
that
will
is
get it
no-
next time.
She'll have
Yeah, I
two
mean,
more.
this may be a situation where possibly just keep going up in weight as well. So, sticking with the overall total is
Yeah.
the possible plan. So
Very possible. So we'll see what they do when she comes out for her next attempt.
yeah.
Danica, 65 kilos. Looks solid.
There we go. It's fast.
Yeah.
Three
Three white
white
lights.
lights. For Danica.
All right.
Brenda is
Wes,
next.
how do you
Lauren
feel
is
about
on
bench?
deck.
Do you like
Zila is in
benching, or
Well, I'll say this: if I'm not able to successfully do a bench, I'd prefer someone puts an extra plate on me before they have the bar removed. So I was always more so of a deadlift and squat person, and that's always something I gotta work on. But I do appreciate how technical the lift is.
Yeah.
So whether it's all these 3 lifts, they're all art in a sense, right? So
Yeah,
it's like painting on a canvas, just like all the lifters are doing here today.
absolutely. Brenda here with 67 and a half. That looked very solid as an attempt.
And I think you mentioned it earlier about one of your favorite lifts is deadlifting. If I'm not
It is,
mistaken.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, I am a schmidget injured right now, so we are slowly getting back into it. But we will get through.
It's part of the journey.
Part of the journey
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Lauren with her first attempt here of 70 kilos.
And I'm sure you'll be back stronger than ever.
It's my hope.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Lauren also opting for a handoff here.
Yeah.
Very solid looking attempt
White
here.
lights, good lift for Lauren.
Okay.
Zila is next. Hind is on deck. Maggie is in the hole.
And I believe that Zila is closing off
Bars
our
loaded for
first
Zila.
bench attempts for this flight with 70 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're back to the top of the order. We are flying.
We really are. Shout out once again to the loaders and spotters, by the way.
Yes,
Really the backbone behind all the movement.
absolutely. And you know what? Our platform team, in my opinion, is one of the speediest platform teams.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very seamless.
Mm-hmm. Great attempt there from Zila.
Three white lights.
Three white
Good
lights.
lift for Zila. This brings us to the end of round 1. Flight G in the bench press event.
Yeah, those spotters and loaders, they're moving around those plates for
Of the
hours.
order, Hind
So that's a
They-
workout in
Maggie's
itself.
on deck.
It
Paolo
really
in the hole.
is. But you know what? Exactly like you were
Bars loaded for
saying,
Hind.
it's our volunteers and our spotters and loaders that make this meet run as efficiently as it
Yeah.
does.
So although I don't think they can hear me, thank you to all the volunteers on both days.
Yes. It is, a volunteer position. There is no payment here. But a lot of these people do it because they love to give back to the sport. A good push there from Hin.
See what the judges say.
There we go.
White lights.
Three white lights.
Three
That's a
white
good
lights.
lift. Maggie
Good
is
lift
next.
for
Paolo on
Hind.
deck. Ashley in the hole. The bar is loaded for Maggie.
Yeah, for the volunteers or anyone, it's just helping the sport grow as well, and to show that the sport is a place where anyone can participate in. And I think there's a little bit of something in it for everyone, right?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, some people, want to make it onto the big stage, and other people just want to prove to themselves that they can do it.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Maggie now with 52 and a half kilos. Yep. And we'll see what our judges say about that. Three white
Three
lights.
white lights.
Good
Good lift for Maggie.
Ashley on deck. Patricia is in the hole.
I see her talking to her handler Lim, and they're kind of just saying,
Bar is
"What do
loaded
you
for
want to
Paolo.
do? What do you want? How do you want to go about your next attempt?"
Yeah.
We have Paula now, 55 kilos.
5 kilogram jump from last time.
Coming through the rack once again to set up her arch. That is also another rule in the bench press that you have to enter through the back end of the rack you cannot come in through the front end of the rack. So
That's a new rule,
lifters,
right?
It is a relatively
Yeah,
new rule. I think
yeah.
it was implemented back in March.
Yeah.
Yep, smooth looking lift there.
And although the squat session is over, I think there's also a similar rule applied there where you
Three
can't
white
exit
lights, good
walking
lift
through the
for
front.
power. Ashley is
Yeah.
next,
Yeah.
Patricia on deck, Stacy
And I
in
believe
the
that's
hole.
more so for like the safety of maybe the spotters and the loaders and
Bar is
not to
loaded
get
for
into
Ashley.
anyone's way really.
Yes. At the end of the day, that's what comes first, anyways,
Yeah.
the health and safety of everyone.
Absolutely. Okay, Ashley is here with 57.5 kilos. Yeah.
Very controlled at all points for 3 white lights.
Three white lights, good lift for Ashley. Patricia is next, Stacy on deck, Danica is in the hole.
Okay, Patricia is coming up now with 65
Bar is
kilos
loaded for Patricia.
on her bar. She is just increasing that attempt by 2.5 kilos. You can see that Patricia, once again, very particular in how she wants things set up. Which, consistency, I think like what you were mentioning previously is very important.
Yeah, and just generating the most tension possible through the setup.
There you go. Look good to me.
All right.
Our judges give that 3
Three
white lights.
That's a good lift for Patricia. Stacy is next, Danica
With what
on
appears
deck,
to be
Brenda
plenty
is
of
in the
room
hole.
for the third attempt
Bar is
as well.
loaded for
So a very
Absolutely.
great spot too. So
Okay, Stacy is up next. 67.5, so they did decide to go up
yes.
from her last attempt, even though she missed her opener, but she definitely has room in the tank.
Yeah.
Very strong, so.
Very fast, yeah, and very fast bar speed as well. So
Great.
and it continues.
And she listened to her commands, and that is
Three
3 white lights.
That's a good
Good
lift.
lift.
Stacy. Danica is next, Brenda is on deck.
I just have this gut feeling I'm just going to carry over to deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
Bar
sure
is
it
loaded for
will.
Danica.
Danica now, 70 kilos on the bar.
it's kind of like the universal sign for spotting someone
Yeah.
there.
Can I get a hand
Yeah.
off?
70 kilograms on the bar.
A little bit of work, but ultimately gets it up. And
3 white lights.
That's
Yes.
a good lift for Danica.
looking good for
Brenda is
Danica so
next,
far. If it
Lauren's
was
on
my
deck,
guess, I
Zila
think
is in the hole.
her coach or handler is gonna maybe go up 2.5.
Bar is
Yeah,
loaded for
I
Brenda.
can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of the theme of conservative that we were talking
Yes.
about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unracking the bar is very interesting because you don't want to unrack it too far, otherwise it may just undo all the work of being in a position in the first place. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Vrinda getting a handoff for her attempt of 72.5 kilos. All right.
3 white lights.
That's a good lift for Brenda. Lauren is next. Zila is on deck. Then
Keeping
we're
that
back
9
up to
for
the
9
top
going.
order.
Yeah.
Right?
Into the
So,
hole.
We're hoping for that.
yeah.
Um,
So
have
fi-
you?
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you
Loaded
ever
for
hit a
Lauren.
9 for 9 at a competition?
I did. So my very first meet was an unofficial one. It was in October 2022,
Okay.
and I think it was at Forge Fitness.
Okay.
So that was in Mississauga, and that was the goal. And a lot of things we talked about is exactly what I did, of just staying conservative, just getting on
Yeah.
the board. That was the goal at the time.
All right.
And 75 on the bar.
For Lauren. That looked great for Lauren. 2 to 1, good
That's a
lift.
good lift for
And what about
Lauren.
you?
Zila is
I
next.
may
Is
have hit a
on
9 for 9.
deck.
I don't
Maggie
think
is
I
in the hole.
have, to
Bar
be
is loaded for
honest.
Zila.
Which, I will eventually, maybe one day, get one. But yeah, it just, just depends on the day. I personally I'm one of those people who, when I'm feeling good, I tell my coach to send it, and sometimes, it just doesn't go well.
Well, one of the things that my coach told me and taught me really is you can have the process, but the outcome may not necessarily always be there.
It's true.
But the process in itself is something that not only can help with the sport of powerlifting, but also in life in general, teaching us positive character traits that we can carry into any aspect of our life. And I think that's one of the beautiful aspects of this sport. There's many things that you can take over, regardless of what level you're doing it at.
Yeah, and that is a great mindset, right, to carry on through life. So Zila was successful in her second bench attempt of 75 kilos. We're on our last flight of bench right now. For our second flight. So Hind is here with 55 kilos. Hind has a close grip bench. And she's fighting through it. Wow.
Going up.
And she's a little bit too much for today.
Close grip bench, that's more so a tricep dominant movement, if I'm not mistaken. So some people favor it.
Some people favor it. I remember at Spring Classic, there was one individual who had a close grip bench and was benching like 160 kilos. It was ridiculous.
Well, if it works for them, it works for them.
Right, exactly. Maggie, 55 kilos.
2.5 kilogram jump.
All right. Looks good there.
There we go.
And that's 3 white lights. That is a 3 for 3 on Maggie's bench today.
Okay. All right.
Bar is loaded for Ashley.
So with this lift, Ashley would put herself 6 for 6 on the day.
All right. Setting her up for that 9 for 9.
Yeah. Seems to be a theme for some reason. So there are many, many goals, right? So.
Okay. Yup. And we'll see. She may have just and a 2 to 1 into the lift.
2
She
for
may
1.
have just jumped it a little bit, but hey, I think 2 of the judges said head.
It's on the board.
It's on the board. Congratulations. Paula, 62 and a half. That is, that's a 7.5 kilo jump.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, sometimes you feel good and you want to send it.
Exactly. Never know how you're gonna feel like on meet days, so that's always part of it. And so part of the excitement.
Exactly. And sometimes it's just up to you and your coach or handler to decide what the best move is for you on the day.
Exactly.
Oh, and it's moving.
It's moving.
Takes her head. Not worth the fight. No lift for Paula.
2 lifts on the day for bench press. Subtotal established as well. Moving on to the next one for her.
Patricia here now with her last bench of 67 and a half kilos.
2.5 kilogram jump. So we've kind of seen a combination of wrist wraps, as well. So coming down to preference.
Yes.
So
and when you bench, do you wear wrist wraps or?
well, recently in the past few months I have. My wrists tend to go back a bit too far.
And she's fighting it, and it's a little too much for the day. But good try for Patricia.
Now, that would help me for front squats, but that's kind of a forbidden lift. So.
Okay, Stacy up next, 70 kilos.
I may have asked, but do you use wrist wraps when you
I
bench?
do.
Because of
I
Equipped,
do.
right, as well?
Because of Equipped, I also, more in the last couple of years, put on wrist wraps. I'm kind of on and off, depending on how it feels, but especially with Equipped, I gotta put a wrist wrap on.
Yeah.
All right, Stacy here, 70 kilos. Her last lift looked great. We'll see what today looks like. Oh, and that looked great for Stacy.
Okay, 3 white lights.
White light.
Danica is next.
I got a question because I've never done any equipped lifting before, but is there any carryover in terms of training for your equipped and how it can help your raw lifts?
So this is what I've heard. Have I experienced it, Nat? A little bit,
Huh.
but some people say that when they train equipped and they go back into raw, they do tend to find some positive correlations just because you are generally lifting more than your raw bench can handle.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a little bit of carryover there.
Okay, sets up the body in a nice way with regards to just handling bigger weights.
Exactly. And just a little bit too much there for Danica at 72 and a half kilos.
Final 3 lifters of the Toronto Summer Cup bench press event coming up. We have
Okay,
Brenda
all right.
followed
Time
I
is
by
know.
flying.
Yeah, if you can hear Wayne in the background, we're on our last 3 lifters of our
Alright,
bench
loaded
press
for Brenda.
session. Vrinda is up next at 77 and a half kilos. Her best bench recorded right now in competition has been 72 and a half kilos, and this is 77 and a half kilos. So this would be a 5 kilo PR if she hits this. And she's pushing and she's fighting. Yep. And we'll see what our judges say. Lift
Good fight, good
is
lift.
good.
And it's also a 6 for 6 on the day as well.
She is so far 6 for 6 with a sweet 5 kilo PR on her bench press. So love to see it. Lauren is up now with a 2.5 kilo jump from her previous attempt here.
77.5 kilograms on the bar.
And she's fighting. Oh,
Very smooth.
that is a great attempt selection there for Lauren.
White lights, good
3
lift.
white
Lauren.
lights and a good
The final
lift.
bench press of the Toronto Summer Cup will go to Zila. Zila, the bar is loaded.
Zila closing it off here, our last bench of Toronto Summer Cup entirely for this year's, at least I should say. 77 and a half kilos. She fights through it, yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is a great
There we
attack
go,
for
3
white
Zila.
lights.
3 white lights and a good lift.
With more kilos to spare.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you back in 10-ish minutes for our deadlift session.
Welcome back, everyone, to the deadlift session of today's event. This is actually the final deadlift session of the event, actually. So right now we just got the bar in position, the referees are in position, and we're underway soon.
Yeah. And I feel like deadlifts are maybe the easiest lift to kind of understand what's going on. They pick up the bar, they pick up the weight, and they get one command, which is down.
Yeah.
Maybe some caveats there is that they have to bring the bar down in a relatively controlled manner, so they can't just drop the bar. Once they get the down command, they do have to be holding it right to the bottom to show that there's some type of control there.
Yeah, and when the bar is lifted, there has to be locked out knees or straight knees, and the shoulders also have to be locked out as well. So
4K60 everything.
All right. So Hannah here now. She's opening our session with 70 kilos.
Three white lights. Opting for the sumo position as well. There's also various styles of deadlifting as well. Sumo being mainly more so of a wider stance, which places a different force generation on the body than a conventional stance as well. Some lifters like to stand with their feet facing forward or feet facing out. Going back to the original theme of whatever creates the most tension, do it.
Yeah. And honestly, like Wes was saying, it's all based on your leverages. What feels the best for you, right? And sometimes you'll see some people, switch between both sumo and conventional, just based on, maybe how their back's feeling.
Yes.
One conventional generally loads a little bit more on your back, while a sumo stance will take a little bit of that pressure off of you.
3 white lights. Go to the
3 white lights, 87.5 on the board. There's also different grips as well. So over there was the mixed grip, so there was one hand forward, one hand down as well, a matter of preference as well. Then there's a double overhand where both hands are in the same position too, so creating different forces on the bodies. Which grips do you prefer, by the way?
So I personally, I pull with a hook grip.
A hook grip.
A double overhand with a hook grip, which I just learned immediately once I started powerlifting. And it's actually one of those things that people say hurt a lot, and it does. But you get used to it, and Sarah there successfully completing her first opening attempt at 100 kilos with 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded for Olivia.
What about yourself, Wes?
Well, for me, I'm more so of a conventional style deadlifter as well, and I like to use the hook grip too. It enables me to use weight that's more than, like above 80%, or between my 1 rep max.
Yes. Olivia there with a speedy 102.5 kilos.
That's a good lift for Olivia. Olga is next. Nadine is on deck. Jody is in the hole.
And just to further clarify for those watching at home, the whole concept of a 1 rep max, you can generally take what your perceived heaviest lift is, and then you train using percentages based off of what those lifts are. So sometimes you may be working at 70% or 80% of your 1 rep max. Very fast.
Look great for Olga there.
White lights.
For her 102.5 kilos.
With enthusiasm too, by the way.
Yes.
Is on deck. Helen is in the hole.
Absolutely. We are jumping up now to 110 kilos here for Nadine. She's been having quite a good day. Her fan club, aka her family.
And so here, if I'm not mistaken, there's also a requirement to wear deadlift socks.
Yes, that's correct. You do have to wear deadlift socks in the deadlift. You will not be allowed on platform without it. That looked like a great lift for Nadine. Judges say.
3 white lights.
Go
Okay.
for Nadine. Jody is next. Helen
Way
is
to
on
start
deck. Courtney
the
is in
session
hole.
strong. Jody now, 110 kilos. Ready to go.
And some lifters, they may opt for wearing the belt, some may not. For me, all the belt does for me is it just helps maintain tension if I'm using it. What does the belt do for you?
For me, I pull conventional, so it helps keep my back in place.
Okay,
And
okay.
less pain. Looks good there for Jody. for 110. Judges give it 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
And you'll actually notice sometimes the placement of the belt of different lifters, right? Some will wear it lower, which is what I do for my low back. And some lifters will keep it higher up to maintain their positioning.
Yes.
There, but ultimately it just depends, right? Once again, on your lever biz.
It does. I've seen it very high up, actually, right below the chest. That's kind of rare, but I've seen it before, so
Yes.
yeah.
Helen here, 112.5 kilos.
Very fast.
Nice, yeah.
3 white lights. Good
It's a
lift.
good lift, 3 white lights.
Courtney is next. Alina
On
is
Helen's
deck.
debut. Up next, we have Courtney, 115 kilos on our bar. Yep. That looked
Very
like
fast.
a solid, yeah,
It
very
does, yeah.
solid.
3
white lights.
Good lift for Courtney.
Good lift
Alina
for
is
Courtney
next.
there.
Grace is on deck. Yordi is in the hole.
Alina now, 117.5 kilos for her opener. Her best deadlift is 125 kilos, or that's what's recorded here.
Yeah.
So she may be setting herself up for a solid PR.
Okay. Love to see it.
Yeah. All right. Look good there.
Yeah. In the Converse, by the
That's a
way.
good lift
In the
for Alina.
Converse.
Grace is next.
3
Yordi
white
is on
lights.
deck. Then we're back to the top of the order.
All right, we're truly flying through this.
We
have
really
2
are.
lifters.
Yeah.
To close out our opening attempts of Flight F, up next is Grace. She is opening with 130 kilos for her opener here. Grace setting up with her sumo stance here. Looking really solid.
Straight bar path as well.
Absolutely.
3 white lights. Good lift
And
for
3
Grace.
white lights.
I think you were saying that you train alongside her
Yes.
as well, so you've seen all the hard work that's gone into it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's always great to have, or see your teammates and people you train with do well, right?
It is. I truly believe we have Jordanos with 135 on the bar. Yeah, I truly believe that being around people, it can just make you a better lifter in general. So,
Jordi is here, 135 kilos, very
All
solid.
right.
And you can actually see her daughter in
With
the audience
a
cheering for
43
her.
white
Little
light.
baby right
That
there.
Oh, wow,
brings
that
us
is
to the end of
special.
round 1, back to the top of the order.
That's a special moment
Hannah
right there.
is next.
Yeah.
Alexandra is on deck. Olivia is in
And
it's always nice to have family.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're back to the top of the order now for our deadlifts. Hannah now, 77.5.
I think speed has been overall a big theme in the session in general for all 3 lifts, for all the lifters. Job well done to all the lifters.
Yes. So this is, here she goes. A little slow off the floor, but she gets it up. I was just going to say that this matches her
3 white
best
lights.
recorded
That's a good
deadlift
lift for Hannah.
in
Alexandra is
competition.
next.
So if she gets the
Olivia
next
is
one,
on
it'll be
deck.
a PR.
Sarah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bar is loaded for Alexandra.
Seemed like there was room as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Alexandra now, 95 kilos. So Wes, you can see that some of our lifters here do have white powder on their legs. What is that
Yes.
about?
So that is mainly more so to make sure that there's less friction between the socks and the bar, so that way it can help with overall the nature of the lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
So typically our lifters are going to have baby powder on their
Bar
legs.
is loaded for Olivia.
Some people who aren't really familiar with the sport think they have chalk, but chalk is only for your hands and your shirts, of course, and baby powder for your legs. The baby powder, just like Wes mentions, allows that slip, makes the lift feel much easier. Olivia here, 110 kilos, very smooth.
There's also different types of chalk as well. There's liquid chalk, and then there's regular chalk, which is what I believe they're using over here.
Yes, we in the IPF and CanPL we don't use liquid chalk. It's actually banned, so don't be doing that if you are competing here. But Hey, at the gym, why not? Sarah now, 110.
Smooth lockout.
Smooth lockout there.
Three white lights.
Three white
That's a good
lights.
lift for Sarah. Olga is next. Nadine
Sarah
is
having a
on
good
deck.
day
Jody is
as
in the
well.
hole.
Olga is
Bar
up
is
next.
loaded for Olga.
110 kilos. Remains on our bar. I think we're going so fast because our last 3 lifters, or our last 2 lifters, had the same weight on the bar. So
Oh,
we
okay,
really
yeah.
are just kind of going through it. Really solid looking.
And interestingly, that can also affect the lifters in a sense if it's going by very fast in the rest time too. So even considering the whole pace of the meet. So
Absolutely, yeah. Like if we have, I believe there are 12 lifters in this flight here. You know, as the speed goes on, your rest time is going to decrease. If we are going as fast as we
Yeah.
are right now, right? But
But they're-
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, but they're all know very well about adapting to the situation. So it is something that they'll adapt to.
Was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, Nadine, locking that out. Looks good.
3 white lights.
3 white lights for
Jody is next.
Nadine.
Helen is on deck. Courtney is in the hole. Bar is loaded for Jody.
All right, Jody here now, 117.5 kilos. Her first attempt flew, looked pretty good.
Got cues being given
Yes.
from the coach.
Yep. And she's pulling it, and she's getting it up. Yes, she locks
Locked
that
out.
out. Something about Jody here, she is so patient off the floor.
3 white lights.
She's
That's a
just
good
letting it
lift for
patient.
Jody.
And you'll
Helen
see
is
that a
next.
lot with
Courtney is
sumo
on deck.
deadlifts,
Alina
right?
is
It
in
takes
the
a
hole.
little bit more to get it off the floor, but once it's moving, it generally will keep.
Then it goes. Yeah, that's a common sticking point in a sense. So
All right, Helen now, 120 kilos. The 7.5 kilo jump from her first attempt.
lifting conventional mixed grip,
Yup,
very fast.
very smooth.
Yeah.
Looking
3
good for
white lights. That's a
Helen.
good lift for Helen.
Okay, 3
Courtney
white
is
lights,
next.
yeah.
Alina is on deck. Grace is in the hole.
Right, Aline, or sorry, we're looking at Courtney right now for
Bar is loaded for
125
Courtney.
kilos. Courtney also trains sometimes at Band of Barbells. We do see her around now and then.
I have seen her before.
Yes, looked good and smooth right there.
Very
so
solid. One of the things too about deadlift is making sure that the bar path is as straight as possible as well. You don't want to have a J curve, as sometimes it's called. So,
yeah.
and that can also be with regards to making sure that the original ascent of the lift is as smooth as possible, not necessarily yanking the bar off the ground or jerking the bar off the ground. So, a lot of the deadlift itself, Alina with 125 kilograms on the bar, it's a lot of leg drive as well.
Yeah, she's ready to attack that bar here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Looks good. That is a PR match for her.
3 white lights.
It's a
Good lift for
successful
Alina.
lift,
Grace
so
is next.
setting
Jordy
herself
is
up
on
for
deck.
a
Now
deadlift
we're back
PR.
to the top of the order. Hannah is in the hole.
Unclipping that belt with max enthusiasm. Love to see it.
All right, Grace up next. 137.5 kilos here. This is just 2.5 kilos under her personal best deadlift.
This is also a 2.18 times
Okay.
body weight deadlift. An absolutely massive lift coming up here.
Yes. And she's going, yes. Right there. Looking
Very
good
fast,
for
very
Grace.
good.
That's a good
Three
lift.
white lights, and I'm very excited for her third attempt.
With a lot more to spare too.
Hannah is on deck. Alexander.
That was over 2 times body weight.
Yeah,
Bar is loaded for Yorkie.
we are loading it. So
We
Yordi
really
is
are.
up next. 147.5 kilos. Yordi, you can tell she's a deadlifter. Her leverages just make it go. Her best deadlift actually is 205 kilos.
Wow, that's over 440 pounds.
Yes, which
Wow.
is so impressive.
Yeah.
And Yordi's
Oh,
here.
wow.
Very fast, very solid, very controlled descent as well.
Three white lights.
Beautiful.
Good lift for Yordi.
Good lift
Back
for
to the
Yordi.
top of the order.
And Wes, we are on our last set of deadlifts. We're
Already.
quite
Alexander's on deck. Olga is in the hole.
Top of the lineup for the third time.
And we have Hannah now.
As this is the third round of
80
deadlifts, we
kilos
will be
on our
cleaning
bar.
the bar
Hannah is one of
between
our
and 3
sub-junior
attempts
lifters,
in
so she
compliance
is
with the
under the
idea.
age of 18. She is just a baby in this sport.
Yeah. Sub-junior between the ages of 14 and 18.
Exactly.
All right, let's go, Hannah. The bar is loaded.
The bar is loaded for Hannah here.
Now, sometimes as well, they'll have a spotter standing behind the lifter too, just for
Yes.
support, just in case lifter
Will fall
happens.
backwards
Yeah.
or lose their balance.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's pushing there. Yes. Looks solid. And our judges give it 3 white lights.
Three white lights.
And that is a good lift for
Alexandra
Hannah.
is
3 for
next.
3
Olga
on
is
her
deck.
deadlift.
Olivia
All right.
is in the hole.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we are loading up now for our next lifter, Alexandra. What you'll actually notice for our third attempt deadlifts is that we have our spotters and loaders actually brushing the bar in between attempts. So this is going to happen for every third deadlift. So there's going to be a little more lag in between every single one, but it's just to ensure that there's no excess chalk, excess baby powder, anything that could kind of throw off their grip.
Yeah, the bar itself has a zigzag pattern to it, or otherwise known as knurling, and it's very important as well, especially for maximal lifts or just lifts in general. Don't want to have the bar slipping in the hands because of that.
Yes. And she's pushing and she's going. And it's just a little
Just
too
a
much
little bit too
for
much,
the day.
unfortunately.
Tremendous effort.
Absolutely.
Olga is next. Olivia is on deck. Nadine is in the hole.
And Olga is up next. 117.5 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump here. She's
Pretty big
having,
jump.
Yeah, and she's having a great day on her first meet as well.
Wow.
Only missed her second lift, second bench, which from what I remember was just on command. It wasn't any strength or anything.
The bar is loaded.
Yeah, and I mean that's something that's great to go home with as well, knowing that,
Yeah.
right? So,
Exactly. All right, and here we go.
fantastic day for Olga.
Yes. And she's fighting through it.
Locked it out and held
And
it.
our
There
refs
we
give
go.
it 3
Three
white
white
lights.
lights.
Good lift for
And
Olga.
a great day for
Olivia is
Olga.
next. Nadine is on deck. Sarah is in
Pushed
the
through
hole.
that grind beautifully
Yes.
as well and held it at the top until the down command.
Exactly.
The bar is loaded for Olivia.
All right. 120 for Olivia. 10 kilo jump here. A conventional puller.
Getting the feet wedged into the ground like that.
Yes.
Fast ascent.
And she definitely had way more in the tank.
Oh yeah.
Yep. 3 white lights. Good lift.
3
for
white lights, a
Olivia.
good
Nadine
lift. And that
next.
is actually
Sarah is on
a
deck.
2
Jody is in
red
the hole.
plate deadlift
Oh,
in
wow.
the gym, yeah.
Wow.
So very big milestone there.
Just came out of the back ready. Absolutely ready. So
Yeah.
even
Back
in the
to-
body language.
Yeah, I was gonna say back to what you were saying earlier in the session about mindset, right? This is the last lift for these lifters, and you might as well just leave everything out on the platform.
Exactly. Going home knowing, oh, you gave your best shot. So
Exactly. Nadine here, 120. And she's pushing. Yes. And she locks it
held
out.
at the top. See what the judges say. 3 white lights.
Good
3
lift.
white lights. That's a good lift for Nadine.
And a big woo
Sarah is next.
from
Jody's on
her
deck. Helen is
fan
in the hole.
club.
What's your favorite deadlift memory, by the way?
Oh, okay. My favorite deadlift memory. I'm ready. This is locked and loaded. It was at the old location of Band of Barbells, and it was just at the gym. It was a gym PR. I was maxing out my deadlift, and it's the first time I had hit 300 pounds ever. And it was just an incredible feeling, especially because I had the whole gym behind me. that definitely just lives rent-free in my memory.
That's amazing. Sarah with 120 kilograms on the bar.
And she's fighting through it. Yes. And she locks it out. Let's see what the judges say there. Unfortunately, that's no lift.
It's a different feeling as well when you got the whole gym supporting you as well. So it's just a different feeling, and that's one of the feelings you can get at a powerlifting gym, such as Band of Barbells.
Yes.
So.
And if Band of Barbells is not in your area, there are tons of other great places. We have some people from Back Alley here who cater more down to the downtown people. There's also Make Your Mark with their new location. So check out any of these great locations. Now, Jody here, 120 kilos. She's looking aggressive for it, and she's ready to go. And she's pulling, and she's going, and it's moving, and it's moving.
Up.
Don't quit, Jody. Don't
Fighting,
quit, Jody.
grinding.
Lock out your knees.
Locked
Yes.
out.
And
With the
our
down
judges
command.
say,
Three white lights. Three white lights.
Lights out of the good lift for Jody.
big hugs in the coach's
Alina
box.
is on deck. Courtney is in the hole.
And what a great day for Jody
Wow.
and that deadlift.
Put that on a poster right there.
Yeah.
So
It really shows, like you were saying, that hard work that we all put in to do our best.
100%, 100%. It's part of the journey, the peaks and the valleys, and kind of like I was saying earlier, it is part of the process and the character that it helps build for someone, not just in powerlifting, but in life too.
Absolutely. Helen here, final deadlift, 127.5 kilos.
Okay, that's 2 red plates right there.
So easy.
That
for
was
her.
very easy. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights.
She definitely had more in the tank, but considering it's her first competition, I think it's a great feeling to get those lifts in as
Yeah.
well.
For me, my favorite deadlift
Yeah.
memory so far was when I was competing in Miami for the Ghost Fall Fest.
Yes.
And the goal for the year was to do a triple bodyweight deadlift.
Good.
And I actually ended up doing it after all, so I trained for.
Amazing.
And we all have specific goals in mind. Alina with 132.5 kilograms on the bar.
And I love how Alina lifts. She's so aggressive with the bar, and she comes out just so fierce with it. She's pulling. Yes, and she's ready.
Going up, it's going up, it's
Yep.
going up.
Yep.
Past the sticking point. Got the
Yeah,
down command.
She did not quit there. Judges give it
3 white
lights.
lights.
And that is a successful lift. That is actually, I think her previous best was 125 kilos. So that is a big PR for her.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Grinding through the sticking point, sticking with the lockout,
Yes.
through the down command. Love to see it. Tremendous effort. Brilliant.
Yes. Courtney is up next. We're actually down to our last 3 lifters of this flight. We are just truly flying.
We really are.
And Courtney is going to be attempting 135
Bar is
kilos.
loaded for Courtney.
Felt like it was morning just a few minutes ago.
G,
Actually.
no more changes to
Seriously?
deadlift overs.
Flying through. Courtney now with extra baby powder on her legs. And she is pushing. Yes. And she got it.
Going up, it's going up. It's locked out with the down
And
command.
that is a good
3 white
lift.
lights, that's a
3
good
white
lift
lights.
for Courtney.
Yes. Courtney has
Grace
also
is
had a
next.
great
Yordi
day.
is on
She's
deck,
gone
and then
8
we're
for
gonna
9.
roll
Yes,
straight
yes.
away into flight G. Maggie is in the hole.
Okay.
Flight G now coming up.
Coming up soon, but before that, we have 2 more lifters here. Our next lifter is Grace, and she is going to be attempting 142.5
Bar is loaded
kilos.
for Grace.
This is going to be a 2.5 kilo PR. This is a 315-pound deadlift for
Wow.
those 3-pound gym plates.
Yeah.
So let's see it happen.
A lot of focus going on, making sure to generate technique and tension.
Yep. And don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Ugh, and just a little too much today, but good try.
Tremendous
Grace.
effort.
Too much today.
We have our last lifter of
Yordi is next, and
our
we're
flight
gonna roll
F.
that away into
We
flight
have
G.
Yordi
Maggie's deck,
on,
Stacy is in the hole.
are about to go on. And she will be attempting 157.5 kilos, 10 kilos above her last attempt here.
is loaded for Yordi.
That's a 2.56 times body weight deadlift.
All right. Let's go, Yordi.
Massive pull coming up.
This is Yordi's lift.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So easy for her.
Very easy, very easy.
And that is
3 white lights to conclude for
good
Yordi. At the
lift.
end of flight F, we're
We
gonna
are
reset, go right
closing
away
off
into
that flight.
Shaking the hands of judgments.
Yes,
Maggie is next.
True sportsmanship.
truly. And now we are on our final set of deadlifts. We are going into our flight G now. And we're kicking it off with Maggie here.
100 kilograms on the bar for Maggie.
Maggie's been having a really nice day so far. She had only missed her last squat attempt, but has gotten everything else. So let's wish her the best for these deadlift sessions. There you go. Locks it out, looks really good.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 white lights.
3 white
go
lights.
lift for Maggie.
Stable positioning throughout the entire lift as well.
Yes.
A lot for lifts 2 and 3 coming up.
We have Stacy up next with 110 kilos. She's been having also a very solid day. Her lifts have been
Yes.
looking fantastic. So let's see it. Opting for a sumo stance. Very fast. Look great.
3
white lights.
That's a good lift. Hind is next. Brinda's on deck. Ashley is in the hole.
When did you start using hook grip, by the way? I think you already mentioned this, but just to refresh my memory.
Yeah, just like immediately. So I learned how to deadlift when I first started back in like 2021.
Okay.
And then after I started like losing my grip a little bit because I was only doing double overhand.
Yeah. Very smooth.
Yeah, I just went straight into hook grip. And that's a successful lift for
3
him
white lights.
at 115
Brinda
kilos.
is next. Ashley
Yeah.
is on deck. Lauren is in the hole. Bar is loaded for Brinda.
And Vrinda is coming out now as well. 120 kilos on our bar for her opening attempt.
Double overhand conventional stance.
Yes. Looks like maybe a hook grip going on here. Yep. Very solid looking
All right.
lift there.
There we go.
Yeah.
3
We are
white lights. Good opener.
starting it off,
Ashley
and
is
that's a
next.
good lift.
Lauren is on deck. Danica is in the hole. Bar is loaded for Ashley.
Ashley is up next, 120 kilos. Nice. Solid looking
Very
opener.
solid, very solid.
She's also been having a very good day. She
Yes.
currently
Lauren
is,
next.
I guess,
Danica's on deck.
7 for
Paula
7.
is in the hole.
Yes,
her
yeah,
day?
yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah. And Lauren is starting up our next lift with 125
Bar is loaded
kilos.
for Lauren.
Just for the viewers watching at home, those red plates weigh 55 pounds.
Or 25
25 kilos, yeah.
Exactly.
Coming from the commercial gym, I'm always talking about pounds.
Yeah.
So
But you'll see with these calibrated plates, right, they're thinner in profile, which means you can load more weight. And that looked very speedy
Very
for Lauren.
3 white lights. Good lift for Lauren.
And a good lift for
Danica
Lauren.
is next. Paula's on deck. Patricia is in the
I remember when I first came to powerlifting gym, I was only using the blues because I couldn't do the math. Then eventually I
That's
switched
good.
over, but it's nice though.
It is. All right, Danica now, 130 kilos. All right.
Very fast.
Very fast. Looks like a good opening attempt.
Smooth
3 white
over,
lights.
3 white lights. That's a good lift for
Looking
Danica.
good.
Paula is next. Patricia's on deck. Zila is in the hole.
Paula's going to be taking the same weight, 130 kilos.
Bar is loaded for Paula.
Loving the Toronto Summer Cup shirts, by the way.
Yes, this
Yeah.
year's color is sage.
Oh, wow.
Last year may have been like not a bright green, maybe like a lime green, I think. So a little more toned down this year, but the cups are nice, or the color is nice this year.
It does. 3 white lights.
Yeah, 3 white lights for Paula, and Patricia
Voted for Patricia.
is attempting 137.5 kilos.
More of a close stance foot
Yeah.
setup, too.
Very close, conventional, yes. And she muscles
Locked
it
out.
up. She gets it up.
Gets the down command.
Yep. And that
3
is
white
3
lights.
white lights. A good lift. See her and her handler slash coach talking about what we can, what they want to do next. But Zila now with 145 kilos. Closing off our first deadlifts for flight G. Nice.
Very fast.
Very solid looking lift there.
Yeah. No sticking points, by the way,
Yeah.
either. So just touching on what you're talking about, too, for the sumo stance and how it may feel slower off the floor, but then it gets going. So, yeah. For me, it just never gets going at all if I go sumo. But
Yeah. And that's fair, right? It's definitely a different it's a different mental game that you got to prepare yourself for.
It is,
when you're
it
switching
is.
through different stances.
yeah. Maggie with 105 kilograms on the bar.
He pushes that up. Looks great. There.
Sometimes when I see people do sumo stance, I see them on purpose. They take their hands and they push their hips back, and it's some kind of a cue for hinging. But everyone has different cues as well. I think one of the cool things about training in general is that I prefer not to train in front of a mirror because sometimes there's also body cues as well. But
Right.
both of them can help out,
Yes.
of course. So
Absolutely.
sometimes it's nice to see the way that you're lifting and studying it. So.
And Stacy now attempting 117.5 kilos, which is 7.5 up. Very solid
fast.
for Stacy there.
3 white lights.
Good
Okay.
lift.
3 white lights.
Hinge is next.
Stacy
Brenda's on
having
deck.
a
Lauren is
great
next.
day. And we're loading up our bar now to 120 kilos
Bar
here
loaded for
for
hinge.
hinge. All right.
Red Converse.
Yes. Gotta get that matching outfit.
Yeah, it's nice
for
to
the kilos.
nice to deadlift in the flat shoes. It helps out a lot.
Absolutely, yes. And she pulls it up very easily. She's doing great.
Oh yeah.
3 white lights. That's a good lift.
3 white lights.
And Brenda is next. Lauren
And
is on
we are
deck.
now loading up the bar for Vrinda. The next 3 lifters are actually taking the same weight. They're all taking 130 kilos.
Okay.
So it might go a little faster for the next 3.
That's kind of been the theme. I wish it wouldn't go as fast because
I
I
know.
love seeing all the lifts here too, and it's
Yeah.
just all the tremendous effort that
Yes.
not only us but the viewers at home get to see as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Vrinda. Loading it up. Making sure her grip is solid here.
Possibly looks like a hook grip.
Yes. Pushing up the floor. Standing tall with it. Looks good to me. Judges
3 white
say.
lights. Good lift for
3 white
Brenda.
lights.
Lauren is next. Ashley
Just looking like
on
business
deck.
as usual
Danica
for
is
her.
next.
So
Bar is loaded
She
for
does it.
Lauren.
yeah.
All right, Lauren is up next. Same weight, 130 kilos. She is really having a great day for her first meet as well.
Yeah. Love to see it.
According to Arena Powerlifting, it says this is her competition debut. So if it's actually not, my apologies. Lauren looking great with that attempt. Definitely more in the
3 white
tank.
lights. Good lift
Yep.
for Lauren.
For the third attempt too.
Yeah.
So
Danica
It's
is
gonna be
on deck.
good.
Patricia is in there. Bar is loaded for Ashley.
All right.
kind of like you were
Ashley's
saying
here.
earlier, just having the third attempt, leave it all on the table, leave it all on the platform. So
It's the last lift. You might as well.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Lauren or Ashley here. Sorry. Yes.
130 kilograms.
Very solid looking.
Yeah. Three white lights.
Good lift.
Danica is next. Patricia is on deck. Paula is in the hole.
All right.
Bars loaded for
137
Danica.
is up next for Danica. Yes. Yep.
Sit up with it.
Yep. Pretty smooth throughout the lift.
Very smooth, yeah.
Patricia is next. Paula's on deck. Zila is in the hole.
All right. Last 3 lifters of flight G before we're back to the top.
All right, here we go.
For Patricia.
142.5 kilos loaded. Once again, this is around 3-pound plates at your local average gym. It's about a 315 deadlift. And she's pulling and a little too much for
Unfortunately,
right
just
now.
a little too much
But
for today.
you know
That
what?
is
She has one more attempt.
And I got off the ground as well.
And it did.
Yeah.
So we'll see if she probably will try that again.
Possibly.
Bars loaded for Paula.
See how it goes. Paula taking the same weight, 142.5. That is a 12.5 kilo jump.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So solid looking lift. Yeah. Oh, good looking lift there.
Wow, yeah. Very
Yeah.
solid.
3 white lights. Good
Yes.
for Paula. Zila is next.
Looking ready for
Barry's
more.
on deck.
Yeah,
Stacy's in the hole.
absolutely. And our last deadlift for our round
Bars
2
loaded for Zila.
is Zila, 155 kilos.
That's a 2.06 times body weight deadlift. Going up, going fast. And there it is.
So easy for
Yeah.
her. My
3 white
God.
lights. That's a good lift.
Great
Zila.
lift
That
for
brings us to the
Zila.
end of round 2.
And with a lifter like that, it can only instill further confidence in the lifter as well. And it can only do wonders in training too. So sky's the limit.
It is?
Yeah.
It is.
The barbell in
Okay.
between every
We're on our
attempt.
last deadlift.
In compliance.
I feel kind of sad.
I'm a little sad. We've been
Yeah.
having a really good time watching these women really, put all of their hard work out on the platform, but their third deadlift is, kind of like I said, we just gotta leave it all out there. Do our
Exactly,
best.
exactly. It's thank you once again to all the volunteers, to all the lifters, the sponsors, and everyone who's helped put this event together.
Absolutely. Maggie, starting us off on our last attempts, 110. And she's pushing and she's locking it out. Very nice deadlift for Maggie.
Third attempt.
That's a good lift
Great
for Maggie.
lift.
Stacy is next.
And she
Kim
had
is on
a
deck.
solid day with
Lauren
8 for 9
is in the hole.
attempts.
Very solid.
Very good for your competition debut.
Exactly, exactly. And also putting up both a subtotal and a total
Absolutely.
in general. And once you do that, your name is it's forever there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're just going to be cleaning off our bar after every attempt once again. While we do that, I'm going to give a shout out to our primary sponsor out here, Lexus on the Park.
Bars
If
loaded
you
for
are
Stacy.
looking for a Lexus, we know some people, so reach out. Stacy now. Last lift, 127.5 kilos. We're taking a 10 kilo jump here.
Big brace.
Oh, great lift from
Wow.
Stacy there.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
And once again, a competition debut, 8 for 9 day.
Love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I beg an indulgence. Put your hands together nice and loud one time. Show some appreciation for our hard-working spotters.
We are
and
shouting out once
loaders.
again.
Keep on
Spotters and
making
loaders.
a blistering
They're going
pace, keeping
fast.
all of our lifters
They are.
The backbone behind the competition, helping things run smoothly.
Absolutely. Hin now, 130 kilos. Last one, she gotta leave it all on the platform. Yep, and she's
Going
going
up.
Ah.
Receiving down command.
Yeah, and she's stuck
There
with
we
that
go,
lift,
three
and
white
it's
lights.
3 white
Three
lights.
white lights, beautiful.
Lauren is next. Brenda's
Great
on deck.
day.
Ashley is in the
All
hole.
right, 135 is being loaded up now for
Also like to show some
Lauren.
appreciation for our
Lauren has been having
hard-working
a
referees. It
fantastic
wouldn't be
day.
much of a
She
meet
has
if we
gone
didn't
so
have
far
these
8 for
people
8
working
lifts.
hard, maintaining
Yes.
the high standard
So
of lifting.
if
We've
she
grown accustomed
hits
to the Ontario
this,
Powerlifting
she
Association.
will have gone 9
Here
for
we go,
9
Lauren. The
on her
bar
competition
is
debut.
loaded.
And the memory of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And no better place to do it than at Band of Barbells. All right. Lauren setting herself up.
Opting for the sumo stance. Mixed grip.
And she's pushing.
Pulling,
and she's going.
going.
She's going. And she's locking it
It's
out.
locked out.
And that's great effort. And
There we go.
Two white
That's a
lights.
perfect day.
she has had a fantastic day.
Brenda is
Congratulations,
Ashley is on
Lauren.
Show of sportsmanship, shaking the hands of all the judges.
Quick
Yes.
shout out to our good friends from Twin Sons
She had a
Media.
great
Filming everything.
day.
They've got photo and video packages available. Go talk to any of the folks with the cameras or go to the media table. Brenda, let's go. The bar is loaded.
Brenda also having a very good day here, taking 137 and a half.
Making sure that the bar is nicely gripped. Appears to be a hook grip.
Yep. Pushes out the floor. It's moving. Locks it out.
Receives the down command.
Yes. And that looks like a good lift.
Good lift for
Three
Brenda.
white lights.
Three white lights.
And she has also gone 9 for 9 today. What
Shout out
a
to Lexus
great,
on the park, our presenting
feat.
sponsor.
A
that
very,
cheated at the
a
Toronto
very
Summer
inspiring
Cup.
display
Their
by all the
employees was
lifters
lifting
here.
yesterday, had a really good day.
Love to see it.
qualifying
Yeah.
for regionals. Bar is loaded for Ashley.
all right, Ashley as well.
Also
If-
on pace for a 9 for 9 day too.
Exactly. 140. She's been taking 10-kilo jumps this entire time, so she is pushing. Don't quit, don't
It's
quit.
going up.
And she's
Locked
going.
it out. Locked it out. Down command.
And we'll see what our judges say. That looked great. And 2 to 1.
2 for
it's
1.
a good
2
lift.
for win.
And she has
Trish is
had a
next. Anika's on
successful
deck.
9 for 9
Zila
day as well.
is in the hole.
Okay. We are coming in with Patricia up next.
Wiping down the bar.
Yes.
As Ali was talking about for the final third
Bar
attempt.
is loaded for
She'll be
Patricia.
reattempting 142.5 kilos. A little sticky to the floor last time she tried this,
Yeah.
but we'll see if anything has changed here.
Yeah.
Push! Stick, stick, stick! And she gave it all she got there.
Okay.
Yeah.
A tremendous effort as always.
As
Of
always.
the weekend. Danica is next. Paolo's on deck, and Zila
serve.
will take us out.
I mean, like we were talking about earlier, there's always things to take away from any experience that's in here. So it's always just a learning experience.
Yes.
I like to see every opportunity as a learning experience, whether you get your lights or not. So, yeah.
All right, Danica, 145 on the bar for her. Her previous best deadlift looks like 132 and a half. Oh, it's coming. Unfortunately, just not there today. She still hit a deadlift PR.
The penultimate lift of the weekend goes to
5
Paola,
kilos
and
on her
then
second
Zila will
attempt.
take us
So-
home.
That is a big,
Look good.
that's a
Shout
big
out
jump
to
too.
Reserve
So, yeah.
Nutrition joining
Yeah,
us
she's
today.
doing
They've got
well.
samples of their creatine gummies. They're sugar-free, vegan. They're a Toronto-based company giving 25% off today.
Ooh. And
Bar is loaded for
Paula, 150 on the bar. This is a 7.5 kilo jump from her second attempt.
There's also a 2.23 times body weight deadlift.
Right. She's pushing. Yup.
Going up,
She's not
locked
quitting.
out, receives the down command.
That is up.
There we go.
That is
white
a
lights.
good lift.
Lights,
for
good lift for
Paula.
Paola. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make lots of noise. This
Oh
is
my
the
gosh.
final
Wes,
lift
this is
of
our
the
last
Toronto
deadlift
Summer Cup
of Toronto Summer
2026
Cup.
edition. We're
Well,
loading up a nice
all of
big
the
deadlift
events,
for
including
Zila
from
to
today
come
and from yesterday,
Yep.
we have seen some tremendous feats of strength, tremendous effort.
Absolutely. Yeah.
and a lot of great personal character as well.
Yes. And if Zila successfully
Alright, here we
hits
go,
this,
Zila, the bar.
she will also have gone 9 for 9. All right.
So 2.19 times bodyweight
And she's
deadlift.
fighting it. And
See what the judges say.
and
2
2
for 1. 2
Good.
for 1.
That is a good lift. Ladies and gentlemen,
right.
this
Oh my gosh,
concludes
guys.
lifting for the
Well,
Toronto Summer
that
Cup
concludes the
2026
Toronto
edition.
2026 Summer Cup.
Cup.
Thank you for joining us today
Yes.
and spending the day with us as well. We truly appreciate it. Thank you to the sponsors.
Yeah. Thank you. See you
Take
at
care.
next meet.
Bye.